So what is this? So I'm always talking about the stream, right? Like, hey, this character design is great. This character design is shit. And I feel like instead of just constantly bringing that up over and over, I should make a list of all the character designs and how I feel about them in Ultimate. Like, do I think the design is good or not? Is it healthy? Can it be balanced? Is it fun to fight? All those things, right? Can you ride the tier lift if you gift subs? Sure. Anything with the subs, man. Anything. Something no bio. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of organize my thoughts into different categories. Well designed. Well designed. But not balanced. And I feel like when people always think, oh, a character's broken, the design sucks. When you get a character that's broken by having a good design, or a character that's bad, but the design's really good. Poorly designed, but well balanced. Maybe I'm not sure if I keep this category. Could be should be revamped. Please dump this character and redo it. So yeah, well designed but not balanced. This doesn't mean broke. Like, this isn't gonna specify too short or too weak. Just like not balanced well. Probably don't need this. Bad design and balance. How much I tier lift? I tier lift a lot, bro. Cause I'm godlike. Should be revamped. Revamp doesn't mean completely change the design up, by the way. In my head, it just means like some things should be changed. Maybe it's like just needs a couple changes. And please dump this character and do. I think it's like obvious. Probably need this. Oh, the title says tier lift? Oh, that's what you said. I see now. Mega for Diddy? Well designed as infinite? I don't know. Oh, I need an echo part. That's what I'm missing. Echoes. Duh. I mean, definitely a favorite streamer option. Yo, thank you, earned our gifting a sub. Let's freaking go sub hype. Straight off the bat. Can you guys see the list properly now? It should be my... Everything should be in a good spot. Camera-wise and whatnot. Yeah, looks good. Alright. I'm just gonna go down the order of characters, right? Alphabetical. Keep this easy. Alf. Pretty bad design. I'm not gonna really argue too much about the balance part either. Keep in mind, like, I'm not gonna argue like, oh, this character's low tier or whatever. Honestly, I don't need this, do I? I don't need the poorly designed web balance. I can just say poorly designed. In that case, I can remove this tier. I should say poorly designed but fixable. There we go. That's a good way to do it. Oh, so I have OC and want every word to have every first word to have a cap. Every word to have a cap. Please dump this character. And do. There we go. So right off the bat. Oh, hey, Garrett, you already know Pac-Man's going, and please dump this character and redo them. So Olimar, Elf. I think this character's design is garbage. Like, pretty damn bad. He's not fun to fight, and he's not fun to play. And when I think about character designs, I think about how fun are they to play as, how fun are they to fight, how easy or hard is it to balance them, are they very, like, polarizing characters, like counterpick heavy characters, characters with very specific hits that end up destroying other characters or get destroyed? Is there universal counterplay to them? If not, is that fixable? Or is it just like, they can't do anything about counterplay not being universal? You know, is their kit very built around one move? If so, is it built well around one move? Or is it just kind of like thrown in there as a stupidly good move? Or is the kit versatile? How is it too versatile? All these things. So right off the bat, I think Alph's pretty bad design. He's a counterpick character. He's a tiny character, forces you to approach him, and he chips you away, so you have to fight him, and you have to approach him on his terms, which is fine. And the constant chip damage is a little bit not great, because like even if you destroy him, you'll take some damage. But since he's small, with really good ground moves, and sword hitboxes and stuff, he kind of ends up just being either really bad like in 4, because you can challenge his hitboxes and his disadvantage sucks, or he's like in this game where he's not even that great. But like he just kind of shits on some characters, and other characters end up destroying him. Characters that can deal with his sword range, or can just rush him down, or characters that can keep him disadvantaged, just like he can't do anything against. But characters that are slow, characters that can hit small bodies, characters that have big bodies, easy to combo, characters can't approach. All these characters kind of can't do much about him unless Oliver messes up. So it's just not fun to fight, but it's also not fun to play as, because everything's stressful every moment for Olimar. I'm not going to talk about representing the franchise well. That's not really like what I care about. But yeah, I feel like as a whole, it's like, he's just not fun to fight against or play as. And it's just stressful. So yeah, bad design. I feel like Smash for Olimar was a bad design as well, he just was bad. In this game, he's like, kind of well balanced. It's just to remove him though. Or fix him up. Well, I can talk about how to fix characters up, because that makes it take way too long. Next up, Banjo. I think this character needs to be redone right off the bat. I think that an interesting idea with limited usage of side B, but like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right in a fighting game. And then like, the best way to play him is time people out. Like, legit. It's okay if a characters can't be defensive, but when the character actively encourages timeout play, because the character can't approach, but the character is also very hard to approach, and the best way to play the character is really, really lame, it's hard to justify a character like that. Where just play really lame, let him burn his 5 side Bs, which are super busted for recovering and everything, and then you can actually edgeguard him, but then he's like possible to actually edgeguard if you don't have like really good airspeed because of up Bs, grenade, up B grenade. And I don't know how you'd fix this character without completely revamping him completely. Just absolutely hell. Bayo. I think her design is really good actually. Like in Smash 4, obviously she was broken because she had like 0 deaths off everything. And this game she sucks because her combo and damage outputs are really bad. But her actual design is good. Like, she's a character that's very slippery, right? But she's not quite mobile outside of side B, which has very clear punish openings between blocking it, whether it's aerial or grounded, chasing her down, calling out at which times and hard punishing her. You can edge guard her because RB, while it's big, it isn't uncontestable, and she doesn't grab the ledge too well. She's good at camping with guns and stuff, but neutral B has weaknesses, and the angles it covers, especially for short characters, the startup time and lag. The held guns from her attacks have like good windows to punish, and like she kind of plays like a hit and run, like a runaway-ish character that can open you up, but she has clear openings, clear weaknesses, and clear counterplay that makes it kind of a read-based game. And her combo game is interesting because it's fun to fight against when it's not broken, because you feel like you can outplay her by reading her combo strings and DIing properly, and punishing her if she overextends them. But obviously if she reads you, she can extend her combos very hard and kill you. So it kind of creates this cool push and pull. And yeah, as a result, she just seems like a really cool design who just hasn't got balanced well. She has a good neutral that's not amazing, but like it plays to her strengths really well. And you feel like you're playing like a character from the game. Like you feel like you're playing Bayonetta, which is brownie points. I mean, she's not fun to fight against a 4-hunter, but in this game, it's like she's one of the more fun characters to fight against in this game. Even not playing something like Ganondorf or Olimar, but even then, they can kind of put her in disadvantage to keep her there. Yeah, and like also she also has a huge use of shield, so that adds another layer of counterplay where it's like you can just kind of shield herself, but she has still ways to play around that. Like you can back air the shield with her to pressure, make it low, and you can start poking it. You know, if she was more balanced, she'd have good fair pressure, nair pressure, down to pressure, guns. She has enough follow-ups off her grab games with true combos. Even without them, she can put pressure on you, so like you can't just get grabbed and not care. But you don't get destroyed if you get grabbed either. And it's overall fun. Bowser. He's well designed. Honestly, people can disagree because I hate heavyweights that are good, but this is the best design of heavyweight ever in Smash. He's intimidating. When he puts pressure on you, he puts pressure on you, right? But when you counter his pressure with punish him, out-frame data him, outrange him, put him at disadvantage, you feel rewarded and you feel like it's your time to play. And when he hits you, he's Bowser heavyweight. He should be horrifying. He should kill you. He should feel like a menace. He should have high damage output. He should be heavy. But he should be exploitable in disadvantage, off stage, at the edge, being juggled. So it's not about trading hits with him, it's about comboing him and keeping him disadvantaged in exploitable spots. Combine that with having a good SJO game, that is exploitable though if you bait out his up being punished, bait out his side being punished, or stay out of the range. Neutral B, it's a really good move, but it's a hard read move kind of because you can hard read someone and punish that for him, depending on the character. Struggles with projectiles, has answers to them. Honestly, he's just a great character design. I don't know what they were doing with this character. I mean, we're talking about a relatively high level of play, DB. I'm not talking about the top level of play, but like, yeah, he's a noob stomper. But you can't design characters around noob stompers or not, right? Music's too loud? Oh. How about now then? Better? Yo, thank you, Eve Dog, Lev Dog, for the Summer Man. Let's go sub hype. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Bowser Jr. I feel like they don't know what to do with Bowser Jr. I don't know either. Like, I'm not sure he's supposed to be a zoner character. He's supposed to be a trap setup character. He's supposed to be like a Sonic character, like a variation of it. Yeah, he's supposed to be a character with kind of a grab trap game because of his up throw combos and down B. And I don't really know what his point is. So I think they gotta redo him. Like maybe, yeah, it's like a zoner, but like kind of like burst rushdown character. Maybe I can do it another day, Eve Dog. But that's this is already gonna be a long stream, I think, for this. Yeah. So overall, because I don't know what the point of him is in 2 games, I'd have to say his design's just kind of garbage. Next up, Violet, and obviously female Violet because she's hot. I think she's really good actually as a character design. Slow long range zoner with fair mobility. She keeps out, she does a lot of damage. She's hard to edge guard. The only thing I really like about her is her off gauge game is a little bit too good and a bit too polarizing. Some characters just can't really deal with that. So they kind of balanced out that by making her off stage game a little bit worse. And her landing game a little bit better. Be fine. I like how Nair is a core part of her kit, but it's a close range move. So she kind of uses her long range zoning tools to get up close and start mixing you with Nairs. And she pokes on your shield very hard. So she makes you have to kind of put pressure on her before your shield gets too low. But she herself doesn't deal with pressure when you get it in her face. Outside of Nair, which is a move with lots of interesting counterplay, but also lots of counterplay to the counterplay. So it's a very deep move, her Nair, as weird as it sounds, once you get past getting shield poked by it or dropping shield too early. I'm sorry, gaming, Luigi's a bad design character. When I get to him, I'm going to say right now, just deal with that. Yeah, I would say just make her make her more exploitable off stage to the average character in exchange for making her less exploitable on landing. Because some characters really can't juggle that well, and then they get screwed by her. And then she'd kind of be perfect. And maybe make bow a bit more of a useful tool. It feels like a gimmick that's especially good online. So kind of like redesigning the bow maybe. But otherwise, I think she's cool. Falcon's well designed. I don't think there's much else to say. Is he poorly balanced? Not even. People are gonna say he's too weak. And it's potentially true, but I think he's fine. He's pretty good. And his kit just works. He's a rush down mobility-based character. Kind of a glass cannon, but he's not too much glass. Not too much cannon. Like, he can be exploited, but he can also exploit you. But, like, the average Falcon game isn't going to end up if you're dying at 60 unless it's versus, like, Pikachu. I mean, it's term of problems, but, like, okay. Everyone focuses on the fact that his turnaround is bad. Alright. He still has amazing foxtrotting. He has amazing jump movement, even, because he's just so damn fast. He transfers to the air jumps, air movement. He has nice hitboxes. He has a good mix of ground game with grabs, dash attack. All of his smashes are useful. All of his aerials have different uses. And he overall gets to mix up pretty hard. Yeah, good design. I'm not going to talk about individual... Actually, for individual Pokemon, I don't really think there's much to talk about because I kind of think they're all pretty well designed. I think Charizard's just too simple. You just need a bit more depth to his game plan. But in the context of PT, that's fine. I just talk all the Pokemon here. I think Squirtle is actually great design. Yo!
Hey Dabuz, do Greninja, Joker, Mario please for 8 months.
Thank you, Aztec, for 8 months. And I'm going in order, dude, because I'm going to put this on YouTube later, and I want it to be in alphabetical order for people watching this on YouTube, trying to find their favorite character and be like, wow, Dabuz, I hate you, I disagree. Yeah, I think Squirtle's great. Small, low-range character with average mobility. Has a lot... He's like Falcon, that has a lot of schmicks up close, and he has to get up close. And he has to have good... He has good enough ability to do that, along with stats. So it isn't overwhelming, but isn't underwhelming. I love Water Gun and Withdraw as two more niche options with good usage. I think Uppy is an underexplored move. I like his combo-based character, who has kill options, but like, he relies on his team for that. Like, he could be a standalone character with a bit more buffs, and he'd be really good. As a standalone character. And I'd actually say the same thing about Ivysaur, too. Where's Ivysaur? Another character kind of standalone is with a few more buffs to make him more well-rounded and not just in the context of PT's kit. He's a zoner character with range that has trouble up close but isn't really degenerate. Has a particularly strong grab game in exchange for slightly underwhelming grounded normal game. But then he kind of compensates for that with his projectile game anyway, and his long-range aerials. And like, if you just kind of gave him slightly better grounded normals, if he was a solo character, it'd be perfect. But in the context of PT, having a character exploits mid-range very well, with having that CQC weakness, is cool. And then as a whole, PT is well designed. Right? No argument there. I think this character is sick design. Uses all 3 Pokemon who all have very clear strengths and weaknesses, but are all well designed characters individually. You have to use them at the right times. Sometimes it's very obvious, sometimes it's not. The whole switch mechanic is really cool because implemented really well with being able to switch quickly using specials to cancel lag. I dislike frame 1 switch, but that's more of a balance issue. And even then, it's understandable because you can exploit that. And to me, being able to counterplay something universally is a big deal. Even if something is dumb, if it's universally counterplayable without being over-centralizing, it's a good mechanic, generally. So yeah, I think that's a great character design. Chrom. The only thing I heavily dislike about Chrom is I feel like his up B is stupid in the context of his kit. I dislike how some characters can't really deal with up B well. So some characters lack enough spikes or 2 frames to hit his up B, and they just got B for free against a lot of these characters if they aren't fast enough to go off stage either. Which I guess, actually, when I think about, if your character can't go off stage for an edge guard quickly, and they can't go for a good spike or a good 2 frame, that's pretty much a small selection of characters. And if they can't ledge trap even. So if your character has absolutely no ledge trap or offstage pressure, that character is just probably bad designed anyway. But honestly, he's pretty well designed. He's a sword character with pretty... He has fast mobility, but not good mobility. Honestly. Right, like he moves around, but when he jumps in a certain direction, he's committed to that movement. He can't like reverse his direction. So he's a high commitment character with his movement. He has range, but he has to exploit it properly. So he kind of zones out with his range. He has good frame data, but not absurd frame data. He's a combo heavy character, which makes sense because he's a melee sword character that kind of wants to schmix you instead of keep you out all the time. And he's very glass cannon-y. And it feels like a well balanced because you can DI his combos to not get blown up that easily. He can properly DI your combos and put himself in the proper spots off stage to not get edge guard for free. He almost always has mix-ups off stage to avoid edge guards. While having counterplay, same way he's landing, there's almost always mix-ups there. The only thing I dislike is like combos and up B for suicides when he's up a stock. But that's actually fine. Because the counterplay is don't be down a stock and be put in a situation where he can up B suicide combo you. Yeah, no, I think this sounds actually great. I think it's, yeah, Hunter, but that's more of a balance issue. But like, as a whole, he's fine. If a character has a couple balance issues, who cares? I'm not going to be like, oh, look, Bowser's Flame Breath does too much damage. Or up B, dragging you down off stage when he's on stage is dumb. Like, yeah, probably. But like, when I think of bad balance, I think of like Bayo, who's clearly too weak to properly like be functional in this game despite a good design. I think Cloud's design is poor but fixable. I think Limit's just too dumb. Along with a combination of being too good at zoning people out. Like, as a mechanic, Limit is very scary because it makes you approach him. But then you make a character you have to approach, you give him amazing mobility, frame data, range, power, combos. You give him everything except a grab game and a good recovery, which even that's countered by having Limit. But then you also give him an amazing projectile with Limit, invincible options, extremely good buttons overall for every situation. And keep in mind, you have to approach into this. So zoner characters, right, who don't have good approach options, just lose to Cloud. He just anti-zones by charging Limit and getting in their face now because he's too fast to outzone, and he has Neutral B as an absurd projectile for zoning and approaching. And then he has absurd pressure, and then he has an absurd out of shield game. And it's like without Limit, Cloud's actually a really cool character design, I think. Like, I think his kit is just a lot of good buttons, but he's exploitable because he's tall, combo food, and edge guardable. But then Limit kind of makes everything about his base character feel too strong, and he's too easy to play. And he's just too damn easy to play. So it's fixable if they kind of just made his... either made all his normals a bit worse, or made Limit not as polarizing, or a mix of both. That's why I don't put him in not balanced, because he needs something taken away. He needs not be able to approach as easily with Limit and neutral B. He needs not be able to out of shield as easily with up B and kind of spam it. Or he needs to not be able to just kind of zone you out with like Bear, Fair, and not be able to enter you with side B so easily. So yeah, Corrin. This character design is garbage. Honestly, I think this character design was garbage in Smash 4. Relying on side B in Smash 4. In this game, they kind of made side B worse, while buffing the rest of their normals. But like, she's bad, right? Like, now that she doesn't have broken side B, she kind of relies on lucky tippers and just having normals that some characters can't quite deal with because they're big and fast and have some combo ability and keep you out. Or the character's fast enough that they can just get in front of her, mash buttons on her, she can't do anything about it. Combine that with an up B that's just kind of impossible to really deal with, so you have to ledge trap her. Because up B is like a massive hitbox with good versatility now if they buffed it a lot. And it's like, I don't know what she's supposed to be, but I don't feel like they hit the mark. Because now she feels like a mashing character with kind of RNG, not RNG tippers, but like tippers is her clutch factor. But a lot of times you'll see like a tipper side B on a 2-frame and it kills you at like 30, and it's like, well, you kind of got lucky with the timing. Because you can't redo it consistently, probably. And I don't quite get how you're supposed to fix that. So yeah, I don't know how you make her design really work. Because she's also a low mobility character, and I don't know. I don't get what she's supposed to do. I don't even see what makes her unique, honestly. Daisy's amazingly designed. Is her balance poor? Yeah, she's too good. But is she well designed? Yeah, she is a footsies based character that plays air footsies. I think she's awesome. She is a character that plays air footsies, can force you to approach, but doesn't like beat you by making you approach, and uses her terms to make you approach to play footsies under her conditions, but she has to out footsie you because she doesn't have disjoints. She doesn't have the best burst options. She has a great combo game if she gets close, and she has some zoning tools, but she gets outranged. She is kind of light. She has trouble approaching if she needs to. There's a lot of cool counterplay with reading her float and making her burn float, and then abusing her without float in neutral, when she's being juggled, when she's off stage, when she's at the ledge. But you have to outplay her to make her burn float. And there's a lot of ways to do that with aggression or defense. Projectiles, disjoints, whatever. Her outer show game is strong but low range. So there's a lot of counterplay and trying to bait out outer show options based on the range, or even the frame data sometimes. And yeah, she's actually also fun to fight. She's a little bit strong, but really, really fun to fight. But like, I wouldn't even put her in not balanced because it's wrong. Alright, Dark Pit. My beard's going great, as you see. Look at this. Look at this. Beard's nice. Anyways, Dark Pit. Also, there's Pit. Let me just... Here we go. So, this character is meant to be an all-rounder. Honestly, I think this character leans more on the side of he's a well-designed character that's poorly balanced. Multiple jumps but low air mobility. Or low air speed. Cool. Solid dash dance game. Solid burst game with his dash attack as dash grab. Solid aerials on paper. Just a bit undertuned. Has a basic projectile that works. Side B is a cool super armor move to kind of counter aggression or make a hard read on like a roll or a spot dodge or something. He has an okay reflector that can also be used as like a landing tool to push people away. It can also be used for edge guards. So down B is a cool move. His up B is a simple recovery that works but has counterplay. You know, he has slightly above average smashes, honestly. With down smash being fast and good. Like, being pretty powerful for a fast down smash. Forward smash being a generic forward smash with 2 hits that's pretty wide, which is nice. Up smash being a really solid answer you have to be precise with. All his aerials work well in the context of having a multi-jump low airspeed kit. So he has some disjoint. He has a lot of mix-up with his multiple jumps to use his aerials. Like, actually, his design is really good. It's just that he's way undertuned. Like, his win condition could be if they just gave him buffs like all of his normals by a couple frames, some range, some reliability in hitboxes. Could just kind of be counterplay you by making good reads and playing a solid footsies game. And a solid, like, air mix-up game using multiple jumps, and that'd be great. It's just right now people fall out of Nair. He doesn't do enough damage with his combos. He doesn't kill it quite well enough. He has a little bit too little range in some things. Fair is completely unreliable, etc. Alright, Dark Samus. I'm gonna swap these tiers around. How do I feel with this character design? Hot take, but I think the character design is probably fine. Just a couple dumb things about them. Like, they're not fun to fight online. Keep in mind, the problem with this character is they're online. They're really not fun to fight. They're really not fun to fight online. But they're actually pretty intelligently made. They're floaty zoners who kind of branch hard into the both projectile zoning and long range zoning game with like massive legs. A lot of projectiles. Good defense with down B. The Zair for air to airs. An up B up Asher that's really good up close, but very punishable. So like a high risk CQC option. A jab that doesn't even combo to itself, so you have to jab people and kind of decide what you're gonna do. Which makes sense because they're so good at mid long range that the close range should be bad, but they should have options up close. And honestly, I think online they're shitty to fight against because projectiles online are dumb. And charge shot online gets a little bit too good along with trying to approach them using down B and using their floating mobility. But like when you're playing in like an offline setting, well, not the most fun to fight character zoners don't tend to be, and they aren't not fun to fight in an offline setting. Yeah, I think they're good. Yeah, cute ghost walked by. Like, I'm actually trying to think of particularly bad issues with their design. And even their balance. Like, honestly, can't think of any. Maybe they're a little bit too strong at the ledge? No, not even. No, yeah, I can't think of anything particularly wrong with them offline. It's just you'd think they're awfully designed because online, charge shot is really dumb. I mean, yeah, she invalidates some characters, but guess what? Luigi is a shitty design. No, ledge trap's fine. It's pretty strong. But it's not like, okay, you set up a bomb, free ledge trap. Because you can always hold ledge versus bomb, let it poke you, she burns the charge shot, expect you to get up. Now she lost her charge shot. Now she just go for ledge trap without a big charge shot. And then she can try to call it out by hitting you like with the spike after the bomb, like running up and downing you. But then you can call that by rolling behind her. And her bomb forces you on a timer at the ledge, for sure. And she can set up show breaks with that as well. But it's like she has to get to the ledge while having a charge shot ready to really start ledge trapping you and make you feel broken. And that's not gonna happen to higher percents unless you're slowing off stage a lot. Or she just had a chance to get a charge shot and win neutral while having a charge shot. And you see how the time investment of charge shot matters a lot for how it is to fight against her at the ledge. And when she has that, it's really busted, but she has to get it. And it's not like charge shot's quick. It takes a few seconds. It's like... That was what, like 3 seconds in a fighting game? 4? If someone's knocked off stage at 100 into the blast zone, yeah, she'll have time for that. But like if you get knocked off stage like at 30%, you recover before she has time to set that up. I mean, every character's game has non-committal ledge trapping. That's fine. And up tilt is like... Up tilt isn't even that... It's really good because it's low commitment. But like you actually have to time the up tilt pretty well, depending on the option you're covering. Because it only lasts for what? 4 frames? It comes out frame 15, and it's like minus 12 in block. So you want to catch... You have a 4 frame window to catch some with this. Too early, too late, you're going to miss. And be left in a lot of lag. Hi, me and Galaxy. Like, there's enough lag here to do an option at the ledge and punish her. So it's actually great. That's actually an amazingly designed move, right? It's one of those moves that covers everything at the right time except roll, unless she spaces it backwards. Not like spaces it back farther, and that probably doesn't catch like a regular get up or jump. And you can also get up attack at the right time to hit her during this. I mean, up smash isn't. Nah, yeah, up smash isn't perfectly designed. But overall, she's good. Remember, small issues doesn't mean it needs a couple changes. And I'm not going to make a category for well-designed, but has small issues. Because that's every character, right? No character would be perfectly well-designed if I was like, this character's small issues can't be well-designed. Yeah, all of my goes and echoes. Oops. Diddy. I actually dislike Diddy Kong's design. I think. He's a really annoying character to fight. He's a small, very mobile character with ground ability out the ass. Really good burst options. His air mobility sucks except when he has side B, and a lot of characters cannot chase when he does side B. Like in the air away from you. Along with a massive hitbox in side B. Like, I'm fine with side B as a mix-up move of like an attack versus a command grab. That's fine. But I'm not fine with how good it is as an air mobility option to just escape situations for free. Especially against slow characters, especially considering how fast it is as well. Combine that with having Banana, so he just runs away against Banana, and then he gets kind of like really free pressure. But the Banana also lets him kind of step infinites, which is like. And then also, if you try chasing him down, he gets side B away from your towards. You can up B. Banana just makes putting any pressure on him obnoxious. Like if he has Banana, and you want to pressure him. Good luck. You're not doing it with all this stuff. You have to do nothing and let him commit. And luckily, he isn't the best at committing. Dash attack is punishable. Not the best grab game at all. Although it's pretty solid. Banana pressure is dumb, but you can counterplay it. But like as a result, you end up fighting this character by just doing nothing. If you want to know a Cloud's poor design or any character, go back to the VODs and check it out. Ah, sucks God end. Hope we can figure it out. But yeah, like as a result, the best way to fight Diddy Kong is to just pressure him when he doesn't get Banana. But he'll get Banana eventually, unless you're really fast. And then you have to just play super defensive and lame. And some characters kind of just can't deal with that. Because you combine that with his small size and his crazy fast speed. And his good frame data with things like down tilting just mash, back air being really good, and air pressure even being really good. Like, kind of spammable smash attacks, to be honest. And it's just like, I don't want to fight this. I think his side B wasn't so good as an air mobility option. And he was not as quite reliant on Banana for his game plan. He'd be a much better character. Like, make Banana, like, worse. But compensate maybe by giving him slightly better grab game. And kind of make him more of, like, a grappler, like, a low damage grappler character. With Banana as a support move instead of the main focus of his kit. Then I think he'd be a pretty good design. Alright, DK. I actually think his design's good. I do like, however, you can counterplay Banana by reflecting it, catching it, etc. I just dislike how much of the characters focus on Banana. Banana and running away. Yeah, DK though, I think he's just well designed. Just not great balance. So like, what's his issues, really? Disadvantage, he's heavyweight. Hits you hard. He's a grappler. He's a heavyweight grappler, first of all. And he's very built around being a heavyweight grappler who can also burst out with a very high commitment dash attack. He lacks Stitch Storm but has range. So he loses like swords. You don't really want to trade with him, but you can outrange it pretty easily. But like you have to outrange it by making him with an attack and punish, as opposed to challenging it with like your range. Maybe like back airs you, for example. He has some fast options up close. But like you have to be up close for him to use things like Nair or his fast options. The only particularly bad thing is how many attacks are unsafe on hit at low percents with him, like up tilt. I think down tilt's not good. I think a lot of his stuff is just generally not good up close. I like Punch having super armor as like a hard counter to people if they want to attack him when he has a punch built up. Which I think heavyweights need. I think heavyweights generally need some sort of armor to punch through attacks. Like Bowser's armor is pretty cool. Maybe a little bit too dumb on his armor versus jabs. But ends up working out well. My character who gets destroyed by that is like Inkling. You know, DK is just kind of bad, largely because his normals aren't rewarding enough for low percents, and he's too easy to exploit. And I don't think he's ever going to be a good character when he's so exploited with disadvantage. But like, actually, look at, you can get like things like Smash 4 DK, which was a little bit dumb because he has 2 grab based. But you can get about the same level of viability while being less polarizing on grabs in this game if it just buffs his normals a bit more. He's also fun to move around with, yeah. DK is very fun to move around with. This song is currently Wii Shop channel. The last song was Marionation Gear. Doc is... honestly... I would say... I don't like pills. I feel like if pills weren't so good, he'd be... actually, he's a slow character though. So even though pills are really silly as a projectile, like put his pills on any other character, they'd be busted. But since he's so slow, he doesn't get to follow up on pills quite as effectively as other characters. And as a result, if he wants to get like really good pressure on his pills, he has to commit to pills kind of up close, leaving him open. If he was good, he'd be annoying. But every character would be annoying with the good. I'm just trying to think. If he was good. If this character is good, he would probably be a little bit faster. He would probably have a little bit more range. Or be a little bit faster, have a little more frame data. Because if you want to make this character good, you would just slightly tune him in certain ways, like number-wise. You want to add new stuff to his kit. Give him a slightly longer recovery with down B and up B. Make his cape a bit better. Yeah, honestly, he'd be annoying because he'd be a shrunken character. It's kind of small. And he'd be a little bit too hard hitting, I think, while having a maybe slightly too good approach with pills. But I'd probably be fine. Ah, sucks, Cujo. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope it only gets better from here for you. Yeah, I think the fact that he has good stuff, which is kind of bodied by his mobility, is always pretty good. He has... yeah, that's fair. For me, a lot of characters, a big deal is mobility. And how hard they are to hit. And how that feels in the... or easy, sometimes. And how that feels in the context of Smash. Like, Corn's mobility is too ass. But then, like, Cloud's mobility limit's too good. Dab, gotcha. I think Duck Hunt's amazing. I love Duck Hunt's design. I think Duck Hunt is the perfect zoner design in Smash. Absolutely. One of the best, if not the perfect zoner design in Smash. Now hear me out. He is a zoner character, with multiple projectiles, all of different purposes. He does not have a single overwhelming projectile. The best is obviously Can, but Can has a lot of levels of play and counterplay to it, which makes it really fun. When you play Duck Hunt, Can is a fun move to use. When you fight against him, it's an annoying move, but it's fun when you use it against him, where you just outplay his Cans. Same with Gunman. Lots of versatility in it. There's counterplay to it, it's very clear. So it's really fun to use and deal with. And then his side B is a little bit less fun to deal with, because it just pokes shield sometimes, and it's just like, this is dumb. But also is a very small projectile with a very linear arc and lots of lag. So you have to like, make a read with it, combo into it, or like set it up with other projectiles before you can really start getting side Bs. And you want to get reward off side B, you have to kind of commit to like close range side Bs, jump in side Bs. So you have to commit with Duck Hunt to get big reward off his projectiles. Otherwise you're going to zone people out for small damage, right? So if he's zoning you out for small damage all the time, it's annoying, but you're not dying to that, honestly. And if he's going in with them, he has to kind of make reads like down B and either frame trap you to a grab, or call it your option after you shield the down B, or if you try to avoid the jump. He has some disjoint, I think, on his Duck, but all the disjoints are fair and kind of linear, so you can kind of see where he's spacing. And they're like not the best, but they're good enough to keep you out and good enough to kind of apply show pressure and poke you. Yeah, I believe the Duck is I forget, is the Duck a disjoint? I actually forget. I don't think he is. Oh, it's not even that much of a disjoint. There's a little bit of disjoint, but it's not much. So it's not like he has disjoint on his range. He just has some rel ranged attacks that can be challenged. And as a result, you can trade with him well, but he can outspace you because it's not like his hitbox is always out there. He extends it and retracts it. You have to time your attacks to trade with him and beat the Duck if you go for hitting the Duck instead of him. Combine that with having... I like his up B because it's always a mix-up of when he's going to air dodge, if not. I like how he has Can off stage because that means you have to kind of move around the Can, and you can use things like him having Can on stage and throwing away from the Can to exploit him. Or you can challenge the Can, hit him with Can. He's lightweight, he's kind of small, which makes sense because he's not exactly mobile or powerful. So it feels fine that he's small, make him hard to hit, which is good for a zoner that doesn't do too much damage or kill power. And like, he ends up being a character that the safer he plays, the less reward he gets. And I always feel like there's a fun tug of war with playing against him. So yeah, I love Duck Hunt's design. I think it's a phenomenal design overall. Alright, I don't know what to do with Falco anymore. I feel like the devs kind of know this as well. Where every Smash game, Falco is horribly designed. Melee. Short hop double laser. Stupid. Stupid thing. And then just like laddering you. Looks stupid. Brawl. Short hop double laser. Chain grabs. Stupid. Smash 4. I forget he didn't Smash 4. I just remember being kind of bad. But I think if he grabbed you, you might die. Right? Ultimate. Up tilt, grab. Combo video. Is he balanced? Yeah. Is it fun to fight against him when he's just up tilting and looking for grabs? No, like his laser is barely useful now. It's you just kind of throw it out there, but it doesn't really fit in it. It doesn't feel like it fits in his kit. It just feels like it's an annoying move. And like I feel like the devs don't know what to do with him. And then also him having massively big jumps means he's so hard to chase if he's jumping above you. Which is kind of one of those things that's really obnoxious. Because you can't really do much about that a lot of times. For some characters. Okay, I haven't played Melee before. So just from seeing Melee, he looks stupid. Not from playing it, keep in mind. So in my opinion, Melee is definitely the least reliable. But yeah, I feel like it's like most of Falco's kit isn't meant to do anything. Or like it doesn't feel like it flows together. It feels like there's a lot of individual moves that are individually good. But outside things of like up tilt into all of his aerials, nair into up tilt into his aerials, grab into all of his aerials. the rest of the moves kind of just seem like thrown in there. Like, he just has down tilt, which is a kill move. He has forward tilt, which is kind of a poking move. He has laser. Okay. He has reflector, which I guess is a spacey. So yes, has reflector, side B and up B. It's how the spaceys work. But they don't really feel like they form one compact kit. It's like up air for ladders makes sense because he wants to combo with ladders. Nair drag downs makes sense because he wants to kind of extend his combos. Back air is a really hard read, slow, not the biggest range kill move is like, alright. Having a spike is like, alright. Having the fair is like, alright. But you see what I mean? Was kind of like all these moves just kind of feel like they do things. But they aren't part of the main design of ladder you. I didn't say his fair is bad at all. His fair is really good. It's just like, where does that fit in his game plan besides just being a good move? So yeah, I feel like making him a drag down ladder combo character is like, why? I know, Pizza, I did not realize he's Infinite and Rosa. But then keep only furthering my point that drag down like gameplay isn't really fun to fight. And it's very degenerate. But like, I don't know why you're trying to argue like balance. This is not about balance, really. Fox is great design. I don't think there's much else to say. There's a reason his design has not been changed much since like Melee. And they've just kind of made him more of like a high speed footsie pressure combo character that can force approaches because he's not the most damaging character despite having good combos. And he's very fragile. So he has to have some ways to play hit and run. And he has that along with having good pressure. And like, I can't think of any particular flaws with him. Like, nothing too degenerate. Up tilt in Smash 4 was pretty degenerate, and they kind of got rid of that. Nair is a bit dumb. It's kind of an over-centralizing move. But similar to things like Byleth Nair, it's like, or other Nairs like, I'm trying to think of another, or like Rob Nair, which I'll get to Rob later. I mean, before someone goes, wait, you best say Rob's good design. I'm not going to say that. I'm just saying Rob's Nair is a well-designed move. Kind of. Similar to that, it's a very versatile move with lots of uses. And you have to kind of call out how the opponent's going to use Nair. It's okay if one move is spammable and broken, as long as the move has to be used in a lot of different ways, and has a lot of utility with counterplay. Because that's just a very versatile move that's interesting to deal with. Because you always have to ask yourself, instead of what move is he using, it's going to be, how is he going to use his Nair? So yeah. I think he's cool. Ganondorf is interesting. Balance and design aren't the same. Okay, you said balance and design aren't the same. Can you explain? I think they're closely related. Let's go back to Falco for a second. If you took Falco's current design, right, and you made him top tier, he would be the most annoying character to fight. Everyone would hate that character. It would feel horrible, like Smash 4 Bayo levels of actors get hit and die. Super combo heavy, right? But if you make him bad, that means he's probably doesn't have any good combos or something. It just feels like absolute trash. Because he's all about comboing, but he doesn't have that in spades probably. So like, even if you made him really good or really bad, even the way he is right now, it doesn't feel fun. So no matter how you balance this character like Falco, he's not going to feel fun to fight against. And he's always going to feel like kind of a one-note linear character that either gets off his combos and succeeds or doesn't get it and fails. And there isn't really much creativity to that. Compared to someone like a character like Dark Pit, right? We can agree he's not well designed, like not well balanced. But we can also agree if you just kind of buffs all of his normals a little bit, he'd be a very versatile character that's kind of fun to play and fun to fight against because he'd be a lot of mind games and mix-ups. Even if he was really good, he would feel like a character that's very well-rounded, meaning a good design. So like you can work with a character with a good design by kind of changing numbers around generally. Or they actually change around like the utility of their moves. Whereas a poor design character needs the utility of their moves or their kit changed. So while there's a relation, obviously, because that's how we can judge a character, it's not necessarily a one-to-one relation. Ganondorf. Honestly, Ganondorf is a character that needs to not be so built around his command grab as side B. Especially when his side B doesn't necessarily give him the best follow-ups, depending on like... I'm not sure. Actually, the side B's fine. But sometimes I feel like he's built too much around his side B and his general grab game. Despite the fact he doesn't have the best tools to make you want to shield besides down B and dash attack. But like you can kind of, because he's so slow and so big, it's pretty easy to kind of just have a sword or absorb projectiles and keep him away from you. And he has trouble with that. Yeah, it's about the character's philosophy. It's hard to re-explain it. No, Mojo, I think it's more of a balance issue. I think he's not balanced well because he's too unsafe on hit. Which I guess could be part of their design intentionally. But I feel like there's more just poor balancing on their part. But yeah, so Ganondorf, I feel like he needs to be a bit less focused on his burst options. Or they need to be a bit better as a whole without being stupid good. And obviously he's too exploitable off stage. Like, as a whole, he's always been a character you get him off stage, you kill him. And if you don't kill him off stage, you kill him on the air, or the ledge. And it always feels like he's too glass. For a heavyweight character, he shouldn't be so exploitable. He can still be slow in the air, he just needs more mix-ups off stage to not always die against good players offline. And that's why I feel like he just needs a couple changes. Because if they really just gave him a more intricate landing and off-stage game, and made him a little bit more based around his normals, and less around his side B, down B burst game, I think he'd be great. Greninja, I think he's perfect. I love this character. Shurikens online are stupid, and his jump height being so high is also stupid, but he's a fast faller with okay air speed, so it kind of balances out the fact, and he has really slow aerials without great hitboxes, so it balances out how hard he is to hit when he's jumping around in the air. Plus he's a frog. He has to be hard to hit in the air. He's jumping around like a frog. But like, I think he's just amazing. He's fun to fight against when he's not playing a line spam shurikens. He's fun to play as. I always feel like when I fight against a Greninja and I win, I could have done something better, and when I lose, I could have done better as well. Like, I never feel like there's a cap in terms of I can't do anything better, win or lose in this matchup. Yo! Thank you, Guilty Pleasure, for tier 1 sub, bro. I appreciate it. Let's go. And, like, not having out of shoot game is compensated by his kit well, but it's still always a problem for him. So that means he was smartly built to have weaknesses that he can play around, but is still exploited. Because his mobility, while being really good, is also in certain ways linear. Yeah, up smash not working is more of a balance issue and a little fix, but as a whole, when you look at the entire core of his kit, you're like, alright, this is good. There's a reason he's a very popular character that's very successful. And he has a very high skill ceiling, which is very important. Characters with low skill ceilings, hi Palutena, are not great. Hero. Hero, hero, hero. This character is built for party mode. Like, this character is legit built for free-for-all party mode. Crits are stupid. I'm not saying he's broken, but crits are stupid. Down B is stupid. Would I ban him in competitive play? Nope, of course not. Do I think it's fun when you fight a hero and you're just mashing down B? No, he's probably not going to win either if he's a good player, but it's not fun. I actually love how his mana system works. People get mana back, but also slowly recharges. I actually love the way his Neutral B and Side B work. I actually love a lot of stuff about Hero, his normals, but I feel like the RNG aspects are so bad. In fact, I wouldn't even say redo this character. I would say if they just fix the RNG aspects somehow, make it so you can predict and like plan your down B menu somehow, make it so crits just aren't a thing, I think he'd be great. Honestly. Yeah, actually, more I think about it is legit just down B and crits are stupid. Those are fixable though, and then he actually... Oh yeah, and language barrier, yep. That can be fixed by adding colors to different spells. So you have to look at the color of the spell and go, oh, this is light blue. That means Ice Slash or something. Oh yeah, and instant kill moves. Yeah, any of the RNG stuff get rid of pretty much. He's a really good party character though. But on a competitive level, like tournaments and like trying to get better, even though he's not like, oh, RNG is going to win or lose the game consistently, it's just not fun to fight against. It really is just very stressful and unfun. It feels lame when you lose to RNG. Or even when you win with RNG, sometimes it's like, man, yeah, I'm here, I won with RNG. And RNG is fine on a smaller scale, but not the massive scale he has. Like, if you had to choose the spells he had, or if he had a way to manipulate his spells somehow, like, so you know, like, so both players know what he's gonna get, that'd be cool. Maybe even just make his list of spells smaller. Or make it like you can, like, double tap certain spells for big versions. Like, maybe something like you can do Bang, but if you double tap B for Bang, you get Kaboom instead. Same with Whack and Thwack. Maybe, like, double tap or triple tap for different slashes. Like, some ways to make the spell choices significantly less random. That'd be really cool. A specific cycle, maybe. I'm just throwing ideas that could work. I'm not going to be like, this is how you should do it. But the idea is, you can keep all the spells, but it has to be more manageable than, oh, well, that's Kaboom. Oh, that's Thwack. Oh, wow, that's Flame Slash. Because otherwise, he's sick. Ice Climbers. This character. I don't think this character is functional in Smash. I don't know, like... You can go check out the VODs for what Diddy's poorly designed, but the too long didn't read is he's too centralized around Banana, and he's too obnoxiously mobile. So the best way to fight him is just kind of do nothing and let him do stuff. I said Pit. Oh my, I'm just not going to recap anything because this is going to keep happening. Go look at the VODs if you want to see characters. Everything is alphabetical order. But yeah, like, Ice Climbers is like... They're broken in Melee, glitchy, and built around chain grabs. They're even more broken in Brawl, still glitchy, and more built around chain grabs and just busted. Not in Smash 4. In this game, they remove chain grabs, and he still has, like, infinites, but the character just is constantly glitchy and non-functional. And having an AI that can be kind of random and screw you over, but also having infinites, like, that's a load of problems. That's, like, honestly a thing where it's like, alright, just redo this character completely. 100% redo this character. Because they haven't made this character work for 3 games yet. And at this point, it's obvious having an AI partner that is actually an AI and not like Luma, where it's actually an object with consistent patterns, is bad. Ike. Ike is a character where people go like, oh my god, Nair. And I agree, obviously Nair has been too over-centralizing. However, I don't think it's the worst thing because Nair is the foundation of his kit, and there's quite a few ways to use Nair. You can use cross-up Nair, fast-falling Nair, or doing it like you can. The way you space Nair is a big deal with this character, and the timing of running Nair is also a big deal. For you want to go for greedy Nairs versus Nairs to challenge people jumping at you, are you crossing it up? Are you max range spacing it? Are you fast falling it and getting less drift back versus slow falling, getting more drift? What's the timing of your nair? And then is the opponent DIing nair correctly or not? You know, are you hitting them with nair near a platform or not? There's so many variables that go into Ike's gameplay with his nair that even though it's a stupid move, and it should be, the power of nair should be spread about the rest of his kit's moves a bit more and reduced from his nair. And also, sometimes it feels dumb to get caught by a nair near a platform and not have any ways to DI the combos. So it's like if they kind of split the power of his nair to the rest of his kit a bit more, I'm fine with a slow heavyweight character that has a long-range sword and is a bit basic. And also, he's a little bit too easy to play because of his nair, obviously. Like, it's not the best design, but like honestly, most of his kit's pretty good, and his entire kit plays off nair really well. His ground moves really good hitting you if you expect him to nair and you're trying to challenge the nair. Or if you're afraid of nair, you're trying to shield and he pressures you with like down tilts and forward tilts, you shoot. His ability to make hard reads with smashes when you're expecting like nair pressure can also be really good. His other aerials work as foils to his nair, right? Back air has more range, but it's very, very thin, but pretty long and powerful. Fair, really good as like an air-to-air from above, whereas nair is more of an air-to-air in front or below. And also gives him a proper kill move a higher percent. Up air, when his nair's not going to hit you or you're just above him because you're afraid of the nairs, up air, perfect. Also combo under off of his nairs, which is powerful, but you don't die at like 20 to it generally. You die at like 100-ish. That's like nair up air if you don't DI properly. Maybe less with platforms or bad DI. So yeah, that is Ike. But overall, it's not awful. It's just, he's a simple character for beginner players, which is why he's so popular when Ultimate came out, right? Alright guys, I hate to do this, but I do have to run ads every 45-ish minutes to an hour. I'm already running late in that. So sorry anyone that does get ads, but it's just how it is. If you guys don't want ads, you can always sub, you don't get ads in that case. And you want to just support the stream. I'm going to keep going through this while the ads are running, but BRB in 3-ish or less minutes depending on your RNG with the ads. Alright, meanwhile, Incineroar. Honestly, I love Incineroar. I think Incineroar is so cool as a character. He's a freaking sick character. First of all, like counter, right? His counter has significant counter play. Between grabbing him, doing enough damage to him, timing it out. The fact you can bait out his counter and use that to your advantage to get openings. He's a character with good frame data, but not much disjoint. He's very slow, but he has a really good dash stance, surprisingly, despite his speed. He has one really good burst option with side B, which is a little bit too good sometimes. I dislike how, like, depending on the character's size, the timing of side B is a little bit different. But that's more of an issue with the Incineroar having to learn the timing of each character's side B, whatever. Like, he's a heavyweight character that has some combos and hits hard, but he doesn't hit, like, stupid hard. Between side B and up B, he has recovery tools. He has neutral B as, like, a hard read option that becomes just busted when you have counter charged up. But, like, if you block that move, you get pretty significant punish generally. Because of his counter, you have to respect him when juggling him, but obviously if you hard read the counter, you get a big punish. Like, he's a well-designed character. He's just weak. He's just so slow. And he's a little bit too slow everywhere. If he was a little bit faster, just a tad bit faster, he'd be scary, but well-balanced. And you wouldn't have to change anything else. You wouldn't have to change how his kit works. Counter is fine. Recovery option is fine. All of his buttons are useful without being stupid. And he's like a combo heavyweight character. So yeah. No, Incineroar with good speed wouldn't be busted. He'd just be good. He'd be scary to fight against. But every heavyweight character should be scary. Big heavyweight characters should be scary to fight against, but satisfying to read, to punish, put in disadvantage. And he fits that perfectly. He's just weak. I think Godin just refreshed the stream and I'll probably get rid of that. So yeah. Next up, Inkling. I think this character is pretty bad design, actually. I hate how this character is so fast but small. And so built around back air. Like, this character is actually pretty shittily designed, to be honest. First of all, the character is impossible to hit for some characters because she's so damn small. And then she goes into tiny mode when she dashes, and it's like some characters can't deal with that. Negates a lot of moves. Back air is over-centralizing, but unlike things like Ike's Nair, there isn't much versatility in how back air is used. Right? It's just you space the back air and you keep spacing it. You can cross up with this sometimes, but like it's like that is versatility, right? Like there's versatility with crossing it up. You either get cross up with it or drift back with it generally. Even if you parry the move, there's not much punishing it. Even if you read it, because it's a disjoint that angles downwards, a lot of characters can't punish it, period. So if you're a slower character or you're a bigger character, back air is just your living hell. One there with absurd ground mobility, good air mobility. It's stupid. And then sometimes down B feels like it plays itself for the ledge too much. Which honestly is fine because it's similar to Samus's charge shot. Because she also has ink to work with. So that's actually fine. Yeah, yep, I think I'm fine with this category. Make the rest of her kit a bit more useful in exchange for nerfing back air a bit. Making it less a huge part of a kit. Make her raw, like, low profile ability along with mobility. Like with dashing around, less abusable. And maybe give that more to, I don't know, her out of shield game instead. When she wants to play defensive. Or maybe give her a bit more flexibility in her air movement. I think burying as a whole is a bad mechanic too in this game. Where you don't... I like that in Smash 4 you had a reduced knockback. And that is an issue. But yeah, it's just she's too linear. It's too linear and just not fun to deal with for a lot of characters. And as a result, some characters just kind of shit on her, I feel like. Characters that can deal with back air and deal with her small size very well. And then some characters have no chance versus her. Isabelle. Aight. They don't know what they're doing with this character. You can tell these are the characters where it's like they don't know what they're doing, or they do and it's just awful. And I don't think they know what to do with Isabelle. She's like meant to be a zoner? But she doesn't really force you to approach? Like she has all the anti... Like, I don't know, she has anti-camping tools that are pretty good with like down, like pocket I guess, and her fair and her side... I don't know. I think she's meant to be an anti-zoner. But like that doesn't really work because she doesn't actually zone people out that well. She just anti-zones well. But then like it's so easy to deal with her down B. Her side B is a gimmicky move. She has some good normals, but they don't really combine. I mean, she has good zoning normals. But you don't have to deal with them that well. Because they're not good enough. And she's so slow. She's so light and fragile. And like maybe you could just balance her. Maybe she just needs a lot of buffs. But I feel like as long as side B is like this WTF move, except when you edge guard, and then it's like, well, I can't do anything about side B. And as long as down B is so easy to counterplay, or if they buff too much, it's impossible to counterplay. She's just never gonna be a good design. And I don't know. I might be wrong, she might actually be well designed but poorly balanced. But it's hard to say. Because she's so poorly balanced that I feel like the devs were afraid of making her good. Because they've had chances too as well. So I'm very unsure about the Isabelle placement. I'm just saying right now. For anyone going, oh my god, Buzz, Isabelle's well designed. Just let you guys know, I am extremely unsure about this placement. fact, I almost want to just say question mark. I don't know. In fact, I'm gonna do it right now. Joker. Horrible design. Horrible design. You get punished actively for hitting the character. Like, it's fine to have comeback mechanics in fighting games, but first of all, you get punished actively hitting the character, right? Arson is atrocious a mechanic because it's so absurd. It's limit on crack. It's limit except it's not one use. It is his entire character that's buffed. So you hit the character, he gets invincibility during the arson summon, unless you're comboing him, but he doesn't get arson until the combo's over. So he gets invincibility during the summon, so it's hard to actually keep him at disadvantage when he gets arson. His recovery is exploitable, sure, but when he's landing, combination of counter, absurd air mobility with his raw air stats, and then neutral B, and then massive aerials when he has arson. Not like sword aerials, sure, but they're disjoints. And then he has like heavyweight like attack power, but good frame data, but all this range. But then on top of this, he is a character that is impossible to approach due to his mobility, guns, side B, his counter also being a ridiculous reflector that's frame 3 with almost no end lag. And then on top of all that, he has absurd burst options and a grab game. He has shit mix-ups with his aerials. He's a tiny character, so he's hard to combo. Not even including his frame 3 counter, which also when he doesn't have arson is still a counter that gets him arson quicker. And it's like they can tune his numbers all they want to make him balanced, but unless they like completely like make arson a lot worse, or make his zoning game like a lot worse, and like make him either a raw zoner or like a hit and run character, but don't make him both while giving him arson and really good out of disadvantage options, including a good ledge game because he has ledge drop side B, ledge jump like guns. His recovery being exploitable with arson is actually extremely good design, and I love that. That's one of the few things to give credit to, is that making him exploitable off stage when he's arson is really smart. And even without arson, he has exploitable recovery. Although it's not exploitable enough. That's more of a balance issue, honestly. But as a whole, it feels like they gave his kit too much. And honestly, I guess they'd have to just fix him. Like it's a bad design because his kit is too much. And it's not just adjusting numbers, it's flat out moving things from him. Because even base Joker without arson is not fun to fight against. And playing as the character without arson doesn't feel satisfying. And also back-air spam just feels stupid. But even then, like, you fight a good Joker, any Joker online on Elite Smash, they're gonna spam dash attack and grab. And it's like, you have to just kind of guess, because dash attack with arson is gonna kill things. Like, even without arson, it's gonna challenge a lot of moves. And since he's so small fast, his dash grabs just be sort of deal with. So you have to, even with bad players, just outguess their dash attack, dash grab, side B game. Tetragon being frame 4 but having a 3% intangibility is functionally frame 3 counter. So yeah, I don't mind like movement Joker that much, but Campy Joker just feels too stupid. Come out without arson really promotes him just playing Campy until he gets arson. Also, if you didn't get arson over time, that might help. The fact that he just builds arson casually while time is passing, well, it makes sense for zoning. He doesn't need that, and getting arson from a counter, and getting it from getting hit. So yeah, it's really bad design. Fixable, but they have to remove stuff from him. Next up, Puff. I don't know if I feel Puff. People compare Puff to Aerial Lodomac. I'm trying to think if that's true. And I don't think that's necessarily true. Well, I don't know how they make Puff a well-designed character while keeping her in the same context of like an air fighter. But I feel like it's doable. Like, I feel like she was good in melee because back air is too busted and up throw rest is dumb. It's like she was overtuned, right? But it's like, how do you fix her while keeping her an air fighter? I guess also her air mobility being so absurd with multiple jumps and airspeed means we give her ground buttons. Yeah. It's because, like, if you give her good ground buttons and then she still has her absurd air mobility, she's already not fun to fight against if she wants to just run away. But luckily she can't really approach because she has no hitboxes on her air attacks and her ground game sucks. If you give her a good, like, ground game, think about the air stuff, she'd be too dumb. But they have to nerf her air stuff, then she just feel like Puff anymore. Won't feel like the same character. And then all of her specials except for Pound kind of feel like gimmicks, don't really feel like they contribute to a kit. It kind of just feels like they were there to just like be there. And now the devs trying to make the kit work. But like Sing is sometimes useful gimmick, doesn't really fit into her kit, it just sometimes works. Same with Rest. Obviously she has like up air rest and down air rest. But down air rest isn't reliable. And I guess Rest is fine. It's just extremely high risk, high reward move, which is fine for Glass Cannon. And then Pound is alright, but feels like it overlaps sometimes with the rest of her kit. Because it's mainly used as like an aerial pressure tool. It's just a very kind of greedy one for pressure because it's so slow but so good on block. And good for combos. And then rollout is just like, why is it there? And I don't even know how to fix rollout. Maybe you give it like no end lag in the air, but then that'd be too much for her air mobility. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like she has to be redone as a character. Which I'm not even sure if that's possible while keeping her as like an air fighter. Because I feel like one of the issues with characters that have higher air mobility and good aerials is they're too hard to hit a lot of times. And then you get things like Wario or Yoshi if they're too good. Or in other places along with that where they're just not fun to fight. And they're really polarizing. And I don't know. She needs a lot of work. So that's a redo then, right? That's not like remove some things from the character and then be fine like Joker. That is... You have to rework that completely. Ken. This character needs fixes. I actually think Ken's good. I wouldn't even say it needs balance changes. Because there's too many things that need fixes though. Like sometimes the character's moves don't work. I feel like in the context of Ultimate, command inputs don't work properly either when you deal with cross-ups or stuff. Well, they tried to fix by giving him anti-cross-ups. But I feel like having auto turnaround is really bad. Like auto turnaround is legit the reason that I think Ken, Ryu, and Terry, although Terry's gonna have more shit going on. But with Ken and Ryu, auto turnaround is really dumb. But I think Ryu in Smash 4 was pretty poorly designed because of Rage, and he was slow, bad mobility. Actually, honestly, no. Ryu in Smash 4 was fine overall as a design. It just Rage was really bad as a mechanic. Honestly, if you put Smash 4 Ryu in this game and focus more on his Hadouken gameplay, which is kind of what they did, he's fine. Legit, you remove auto turnaround, I think Ryu is actually pretty well designed. I can't think of particularly bad issues. He's low mobility, hits hard, but he's not exactly big, so he's heavyweight that's not like massive like normally they are. Combo character has solid zoning to make your approach, but also use that to approach himself. Is pretty good up close, but kind of lacks a good mid-range game, lacks disjoints. And you kind of get this character that's meant to slowly encroach on you and take your space. And really poke you out and outfootsie you, using projectile normals with Ryu. And then Ken kind of does that, except his projectiles aren't as good, obviously. In exchange, he outfootsies you, and then kind of bursts out the right opening. And honestly, they remove auto turnaround, and in exchange just kind of buff the character's kits as a whole, make things a little more reliable with their combo game, make inputs less awkward to handle with Smash. The down smash cancel thing was definitely a glitch. Minus in there is fine because it adds to their pressure. When they're up close, they should be able to pressure you. Yeah, I actually think outside of the auto turnaround, a couple little things, they're pretty well designed. Yeah. Just auto turnaround's bad. DD's fucking atrocious as a design. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Why is Kenko 60? Because he got up close to you and hit you with a combo starter. Like, that's fine. He has low range, and he has fast mobility, kind of. Like, I think it's above average in terms of speed. But it's a very limited and high committal. So, like, if he gets in, he generally worked his way in. Like, by outplaying you there. But yeah, DD, I don't think they know what they're doing with this character anymore. I certainly don't know what they're doing with this character anymore. He gets you to a ledge, and he kind of just kills you to the ledge for free sometimes. And so you can say he has mix-ups and stuff, and that's correct. But, like, it feels like his entire game plan is get you to the ledge and just kind of kill you absurdly early. And then, like, I don't know. He's supposed to be, like, a heavy with multiple jumps, low airspeed, some disjoint. But, like, it's like they gave him I think they gave his kit too much. And as a result, outside the ledge trapping, they under-tuned all of his kit. Because they don't want to, like, see a character with multiple jumps. Very heavyweight, disjoints, power, grab combos, ledge trapping, juggling. Did I mention disjoint? Let me mention it again. Because it was hammer. Like, they don't want to give him all this stuff and then give him good buttons. So they kind of gave him all these things and said, alright, you're going to be slow and all your buttons are going to be kind of shitty. Except for your ledge trap buttons. Like, they wanted the floaty heavy, obviously. And they realized a floaty multiple jump heavy is too good attribute-wise. And they said, well, I'm not... I don't know what to do anymore. So, like, they have to, like, redesign him. He can be a floaty heavy. But I feel like multiple jumps is just extremely bad. And they can actually work around making this character well-designed if they remove multiple jumps. But that's just my guess. I really don't know. That's what I'm saying, DX, right? Like, all of his buttons are under-tuned. Like, his damage output sometimes feels a little bit lackluster. And I feel like everything's under-tuned because, on paper, he has everything you want in a character. Outside mobility. DD, I think he is a fast faller, but I think he's, like, because of his multiple jumps, it doesn't feel like that. Like, yeah, he is a fast faller. But because there's multiple jumps, he doesn't work like one. Because, like, when he's getting low to the ground, he can just double jump, cancel his fall speed, obviously, while he's jumping, and move more near. So I guess going with floaty is not correct. Oh, yeah, he has low gravity as well. I forgot about that. That's what it is. So gravity is how fast you reach your max fall speed. And because he has low gravity, he actually reaches his max fall speed a lot slower than you'd expect for heavyweight. Right? Let me just double check now. Obviously, it's not like DDD is a common character. Yeah, he has like average gravity. But coming out with multiple jumps, he doesn't reach his max fall speed fast. And because he has medium gravity, he's not exactly easy to combo like most fast fallers. Because gravity is actually a big deal for comboing characters. So he's not going to actually reach that fall speed much. Although he does, he reaches it. And he's very fast. Honestly, Oliver, I put Isabel in here because I'm not sure to think about her. And I'm just going to leave that here. Yes, I feel like this character needs to be redone. I think his attributes are just too strong. And they need to tone his attributes, and they can actually start giving him a proper kit. Because his kit feels entirely built around ledge trapping, and that's bad. Because that's also too linear. Alright, next up, King K. Rool. Wild take. But he's probably I think he's actually a well-designed character, maybe? Obviously, he's not well-balanced. But Wild Take, he's actually a well-designed character. Probably. Let me think. He's a zoner heavyweight with pro mobility. And instead of being able to zone you out with like the best normals, he zones you out with projectiles and his armor. And armor is a very interesting way to zone you out, but his armor is still limited. Big hitboxes, but they're counter-playable because they're not massive. Though it's not really disjointed for the most part. I think his invincibility, on his up smash though? High commitment because he's a heavyweight character, but high reward. Recovery, hard to challenge from above, but hit him from the side. So like if he positions himself well, it's hard to edge guard him. Ledge trapping, very strong, especially with the platform round if you use neutral B jank, but not broken. Sometimes it feels a bit too autopilot-y. But like it's not great, but it's not the worst because you still have to make reads generally. Like I like the way his armor works. I think it's really smart. I think my issue with this character is Crown needs to be a bit more versatile. Because like, you can just block Crown with some characters and punish him. And as a result, Crown kind of feels like a gimmicky moves where some characters can't really deal with it and it's just stupid. This will be on YouTube, yes. But then some characters deal with Crown really well. And that's just kind of bad. So yeah. Oh guys, I actually gotta do something real quick. I think I'm gonna run out of space for recording this video, so I gotta delete some stuff off my desktop first. Before I continue doing this. Give me 1 second. Just gonna delete things I know take up a lot of space on my computer. Alright, cool. Should be good now. Oh, delete these things as well. Alright, that should be enough. Cool. Alright. Back to this. But yeah, so King K. Rool. I really just think Crown needs to be more versatile. Because it feels like the key part of his kit, but it isn't quite there yet. And then Neutral B the same thing. Maybe make Neutral B a little more versatile as well. Because he's meant to be a projectile zoner, but his projectiles are too linear. Otherwise, I think he's great. I love the armor mechanic. I love the way his attributes are designed. I think his normal is a pretty well designed too. He has a grapple game. He has a super armor game. He has some range. He lacks speed in all categories, but he gets compensated for it. He has kind of everything you need outside the projectiles being good part of being a projectile zoner. But you can't like just buff Crown's end leg or Stark to make it good, because then it might just be too stupid and easy at the same time to use. So yeah, that's... I don't know exactly how they do. They can change like angle it maybe. Maybe you can like throw it shorter or longer with different lag. Maybe you can like pick it up as an item instead of tossing it in the first place. I'm just throwing ideas. Maybe with Neutral B you can angle the shot initially. Maybe make it like faster or slower when you shoot it out. Just give it some more things you can do with it for both those moves. And there you go. Perfect. Kirby. He needs to be redone. Period. Let's look at Kirby all the way through a Smash game. 64. Busted because he was multiple jumps. And he hit you once and he died. But that's 64 being broken. Melee. Non-functional. Brawl. Back air the character. I tried playing him in Brawl. He was multiple jumps and back air the character while crouching. Smash 4. crouching and grabbing you, the character. Like, he doesn't feel like a Smash. He doesn't feel like a Smash character, right? It's hard to explain, but it feels like a prototype character for Smash. Yeah, like, he's bland. He's bland and simple, so I feel like it's hard to balance him well. Like, I feel like you have to make him bad, because even when he's bad, he's just kind of not fun to fight against. And playing as kind of feels, eh? I get he's supposed to be, like, kind of built a lot around, like, Neutral B, like, as a beginner character, get someone's moves copied him, it's funny. But, like, no one's going to want to play Kirby just to Neutral B his opponent and use their moves against him. You know, like, he doesn't need to be this advanced character. He can be a basic character. But he needs a little bit of flair to him. He needs to maybe use the Neutral B more than, and, like, the moves he steals against more, and have a kit that works around that. Yeah, he doesn't need to be advanced or anything. But, like, he needs to have something. Like, he can be faster. He can have a grab game. He can have something else. Oh god, this song. Freaky Forms. I need to stop this now. And I don't know. I'm not sure if he's poor designed but fixable, or he's well designed but not balanced. He's definitely well designed but not balanced. Even for a beginner character. Beginners want some flair. He doesn't have that. So maybe not sure what to think. Because I think it needs to be redone. I think his normals are fine. I think the way his character works is fine. His slow character with multiple jumps. And solid normals. I think it's his specials that's the problem. I think he needs more ways to lead into Neutral B. And more ways to use Neutral B to his favor. Like, maybe he can have something that works with Neutral Bs well. But then his normals are still so boring. Like, basic's fine. But boring outside of, like, downer, which is kind of fun to use. It's not fine. And I don't know. I feel like it's honestly his specials, though. He needs to, like, have different specials. He needs to be built around with his specials. Because, like, Hammer, why does that exist? Down B is, like, an iconic move. And it has uses, but, like, why does it exist in its current form? Up B? What does that really serve? You know, it's just kind of there. Alright, I hate your name for so many ones. I mean, yeah, you just have to assume top players heroes, kind of assuming all those things, and mentally valuing different things differently. I think Kirby also has the issue of just, like, he just kicks things. Like, he could be built, actually, he could be built a lot around his games and what moves he gets in his games. Like, the copy powers he gets, and this will copy things. Yeah, I feel like the fact that he just kind of kicks things in different ways is super uninteresting. Now, you can say the same thing about a character like Lucino, just swings in different ways with a sword. But I feel like just having a sword by itself is more interesting than just using your pink feet. But Lucina isn't exactly the most interesting character in the first place. Yeah, I'll say he just needs to be redone. He has too much to work with that they don't use. He feels like a beta character now. Link. I think Link's design is freaking awesome. I absolutely love his design. It is so cool. It's just Nair is not. It's just he needs to be balanced properly. Nair is not okay. But I love him. He's a trap zoner character with a sword, and he's kind of slow, so he has to position himself really well to get his traps going and really abuse it. And he isn't quite overwhelming because he's very slow, but his sword's very scary and compensates for it, and his traps are so useful. Boomerang has a lot of uses, which is nice. Not like the most versatile thing, but it does enough. Gives you a lot of plays like to work with. Bomb is sick. It's an item. It's a projectile. It's everything. Arrows are a bit bland, but picking them up is cool. And arrows just do what they need to do, which is be kind of a simple projectile, which is fine. He's still a beginner character. So he needs to be easy enough to play because he's a beginner character. But I feel like enough of his power isn't put into the fun parts of him. Because when you're a beginner player, you don't go Link and go, I'm going to spam there, it's going to be great. You do it when you're an asshole and a troll. Right? So like, beginner players use his projectiles and his smashes, and he should be focused more around that, and less around his nair. Like, he's a slow heavyweight character, very intuitive because he's kind of big, he has all this armor on, he has a massive sword, a big shield. He has an arm, he just has like all these tools on, I mean. He has these long windups, so you can kind of tell, oh, he's going to hit hard, but be very slow. And like, everything about him is really cool. He's fun to play as when you're not just spamming there. He's fun to fight against until you realize the best way to fight, until you realize the good links to spam there. But like, Nair is such an overwhelming part of his kit that everything else doesn't work. Because they have to make sure everything is kind of weak to compensate for Nair being busted. When they really could just make his Nair a lot worse. Make his projectile game a bit better and other normals a little bit better. And otherwise, the way they redesigned him in Smash Ultimate was amazing. Okay, doof. What is this? Thank you, Sam. But he's kind of cute, though. Kind of clean. He's looking like the man of my dreams? There we go. Thank you guys for showing me that. I needed that. I really did. Alright, we're done talking about Link, though. Ooh, this song slaps. Alright, Little Mac. Little Mac. Alright, actually, you know what? This character is meant to be a mini-game. I'm actually going to give him a separate tier. He's a fun mini-game character. Like, yeah, I don't think I need to say anything else about him. Because he's actually, like, if you play the Little Mac Ditto on a stage like, what's the stage called? The Terry stage? Or even on FD, he's just fun. He's just fun to play as when you're doing the Ditto on, like, those basic-ass stages. Or, like, Stamina mode. All those special modes. He's just not fun anywhere else. But that's fine. Like, as long as he's awful, and I mean atrocious, he can be the way he is. I don't care. Not every character needs to be made for tournaments. And he's a perfect example of that. Whew. Lucario. I actually don't mind Aura. This is gonna sound weird. I don't mind... Like, Aura is overtuned. But I actually do not mind the way he is. Because he doesn't get new options when he has Aura, right? He doesn't suddenly have side B that stays out as a master projectile. He doesn't have Limit Cross Slash. Right? He doesn't have some new rage combos. He just kind of gets stronger. It's just that the way he gets stronger is too absurd. His side B gets too big. Like, okay, actually, look at Brawl Lucario. I think it's actually a good way to describe it. Brawl Lucario was an amazing character design. He was hard to hit, but he's not quite mobile. He's just a little bit floaty and has pretty good air drift. He doesn't have much range, but he has enough. Like, he was well balanced in Brawl. In fact, he was an amazingly designed character in Brawl. And I don't know why they focus so much on his aura, they could have honestly kept this Brawl like iteration in. Like that was great. Don't give him bigger hitboxes or anything, or make them not nearly as big when he gets Aura. Make his normals a little better as a result. Make his Aura scaling a little bit worse. Like he needs to get something because otherwise, him having Aura isn't gonna feel different than characters getting Rage. But like he can maybe get a little bit more range on his attacks, right, with the Aura overall. But have a lot less power as a result. Maybe give him a little bit better frame data even, or a little more combo ability. But I actually think his design is fine-ish. It's just that they said, hey, guys, when you get hit and you're at 80%, do you want to just get crack and heroin and steroids injected to your arms so your aura is now broken and you kill people with 50? Yeah? Awesome! And that's the problem with him. They legit just have kept the Brawl design, and it was perfect. Otherwise, I think he's actually a really cool character design. I love the way his neutral B works with getting bigger. He's used at hitbox. I love his up B. I think his counter is interesting. I think his side B is also cool as a command grab, but also like a long range projectile. I like his combo game. I like a lot of things about him otherwise. His movement's sick, all that stuff. So yeah. Look with people fighting him up close. Like with a combo breaker. That in the air. Because he has like down tilt and jab for close range comp stuff. Kind of anti-pressure. Or to relieve pressure. But he lacks that in the air, and I feel like he can really use that. Do all that stuff, I think he's cool. He's a low-range zoner character who has like a few long-range specials that are kind of committal and all situational, but all work together because all situational, but cover each other well. So like if they did that, I think he's actually a pretty cool character. Like I like his character design. Outside of that. But like, he needs those changes. He is so close, honestly. He'd be really annoying with side B spam. But it's not going to be like, oh my god, he spams side B, he wins. It's like, oh, I get hit by 10% damage again. Oh well. Also, yeah, his double throw cancel tech with the Zares is really cool. Like, I love all his like double jump tech cancel nonsense. He's really fun. And moving with Lucas is really fun because of all his B-reverse stuff. Oh yeah, down smash is a bit stupid as a 2-frame thing. But it's fine. It's a slow move. Some characters can't deal with it, and it's a little bit too easy to work with. But like, that's only if they go for the ledge and go low. He doesn't exactly cover on stage that well if like, you air dodge past him. Like, he definitely covers someone going to a ledge really well with that and neutral B. But he doesn't juggle well. He doesn't ledge shot particularly amazingly. And I think it's fine. I think it's fine if he's particularly good at covering the recoveries low. If he's undercompensated in other places. Because most characters can recover on stage. Yo, thank you so for the bits. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, I think he's good. Just kind of give him more stuff in his kit. Like, if Lucas was a good character, by giving him more tools to his kit as opposed to buffing his current tools, I think people would like him. Lucina's fine. She's basic, but she's actually really fine. Like, I don't think there's anything else to say about her. I was just talking about Lucina, let's talk about Marth. He's also fine, just not balanced well. Yeah, keep them here. Luigi! I'm just trying to think if there's any redemption on this. Like, it's not that the character takes no skill. I hate when people say that. It's just, it's not fun. Like, it's okay if a character's a bit annoying. That's what zoners do. Sometimes getting combo isn't fun. It's okay to not always have fun with the character. But when I fight a Luigi, my mindset is, I'm going to this platform, I'm letting you deal 40% damage to me, and then I'm just never going to shield because I'm going to get grabbed. And I'm never going to let you roll behind me and upbeat me. And I'm just going to run away and camp you out, really lame, and legit avoid all interactions with you that I don't have to do or that aren't amazing for me. And I'm going to make this the least interactive match of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch possible. And I'm also going to make this the least interactive match of Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS possible for the Nintendo Wii U and 3DS. And I'm also going to make this the least interactive match of Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii, except for if I'm Ice Climbers, as possible. And I'm also not sure about 64 Melee. Like, yeah, this character promotes being very uninteractive to an unhealthy degree because I'll actively take 40% damage just to avoid fighting him. Yeah, apparently he's fine in melee because he interacts. And that's good. Mario. I think Mario's a great design, just poor balance. Like, actually, if you take Smash 4... Actually, let me double check this, though. First of all, he's actually had an okay design in every Smash game. Weak in melee, weak in brawl, but not bad. Not atrocious either in terms of, like not atrocious balance-wise or design-wise. Melee is also fine, I think. Me and Melee at 64. In Smash 4, he's a bit too reliant on grabs and up smash. But honestly, that would have been fine if Rage wasn't so broken in 4. So that's more of a 4 being dumb thing. And then Ultimate. Fireball camping and approaching is a little bit too strong. But I like the idea that he has to commit to his approaches with Fireball so he lacks range. It's just it's a little bit too good because of his frame data and his reward on hitting you. Yeah, he's a basic character. He should be very easy to play in basic. So having a good grab game is fine. Having spammable smashes is fine. Having a good projectile is good. Having anti-projectile tools with a cape, it's good. A little bit too good, I think, at what it does, but it's fine. Yeah, I feel like he's a good example of a character. He's supposed to be well-rounded, but focus on the grappler side of things. But not be so focused there that he has no ways to deal with projectiles. He has no zoning. So he has some zoning, some anti-projectile, some spacing tools with back air, good like defensive tools with up smash, but also good pressure tools, while being a grappler with good frame data. So he's meant to be a bit of everything, but focused on the up-close CQC side of things. And easy to play. And he does that. He honestly is just a bit too good at killing you off grabs and general hits because of his combo game being way too strong when people learn how to use it. Look at Wizzy killing people like 80% with getting one hit. So he kills you too easily, and Fireball is a little bit too good. To the point where it's like, if they just kind of tone down his raw you die factor, and actually even if they tone that down, this Fireball's fine. Because you don't die from getting hit by Fireball grab, then who cares? It's annoying, but it's fine. Yeah, it's literally just that he is too powerful when he hits you sometimes. He's not like necessarily a broken character in terms of Ultimate. But just feels frustrating in the fight to be outplaying him, get hit once and die. And legit, that's to make you see he can't like I'm fine with taking 0 to 50 versus him when you get grabbed, or 50 to 80. I'm totally fine with the damage. I'm just not fine with 0 to 50 to, oh wait, actually the next follow-up's true, so hold up, it's actually 0 to 80, oh wait, but he can combo me dead. That's what I'm not fine with. Yeah, otherwise it's actually amazingly designed. Okay. Megaman. How do I feel about Megaman? My initial thought is poorly designed but fixable. Let me think more. It's like he's a low interaction character. Okay, so the thing about Megaman is he is a character that has... He's a polarizing character. And I think polarizing characters are bad. Like, this isn't a MOBA or anything. If this is like a MOBA or like a shooter game, I think that's more okay because those games should be built more around counter picks, especially MOBAs. Where, like, you have 5 people on a team. Team-based games is fine to have polarizing characters, right? Because it's a team-based game. You have 5 people. You have counter picks and stuff. And you're meant to learn multiple characters in those games as a result. But in a fighting game, you want characters to be as non-polarizing as possible while still being unique. And that can be pretty hard to do with 80 characters. And the thing about Mega Man is there are a lot of characters who just can't approach him. Like, there are some characters who can't deal with the combination of Metal Blade, Neutral B, Forward Smash, Leaf Shield, and Lemons. And there's actually a lot of characters who can't deal with that well. A lot of characters that get overwhelmed and try to play defensive, offensive. And so those characters kind of can't deal with Mega Man at all, to a point where it feels like a free win if you're a good Mega Man. It doesn't matter if he's hard to play character. Like, being hard to play character doesn't justify being too polarizing. Look at PT. PT is actually pretty hard to play as a whole. Daisy's hard to play as a whole. And she's totally fine as design because she's not polarizing. A little bit overpowered, but not even polarizing. In fact, she's better than Mario, but I think Mario's worse balanced than her, as weird as that sounds. So yeah. And she's hard to play. Very hard to play. Mega Man, despite being as hard, is very polarizing because some characters can't deal with good Mega Man doing his things. And then, on the opposite side of things, there's a lot of characters that Mega Man can't really do much about. Like, Wolf in this game, I think is just, like, awful. Mega Man, Mario, I think, is also pretty much awful in this game. Fox, awful. So, like, there's some characters where Mega Man just can't zone them out. And you kind of need a counter pick, which is why pretty much every Mega Man player has at least a secondary, if not a duo main. And the problem is, I understand your point combo might be a problem with other characters, not Mega Man himself. But when there's so many polarizing matchups for and against Mega Man, that really just means the kit itself is polarizing, right? I think he's really close to being a well-designed character, honestly. But I don't think it's as simple as make Lemons worse, make Up Air better. I think it needs to be something like change Up Air completely, change up Lemons a bit, change up his side B, which one's his Crash Bomber? Yeah, side B. Like, he needs a few key moves changed completely, I think. I think he's so close to being a well-designed character. So close. He just needs to lean less into the mid-range pellet pressure game plan and a bit more into classic zoning with other normals and specials, which they did a good job of that compared to Smash 4. Like, Smash 4 Mega Man was even worse design. So in this game, they actually did a really good job getting him closer there. It just needs a bit more of a nudge in that direction, and I think it'd be a well-designed character. It's okay if Jab, Forward Tilt, and Nair are the same thing. Kinda, yeah, I think he needs a real Forward Tilt. Like, if they gave him a real Forward Tilt, I'm fine with his Jab and Nair being the same thing. They should have a real Forward Tilt, and then they can kind of take away some power from his Jab / Nair. And I feel like Up Air as a move is a huge issue because it gives him this massive hitbox above him that kind of covers any approach there from a lot of characters. Forward Tilt and Jab are not the same thing, I know. But I'm sure there'd be a way to, like, make his Jab function like a Forward Tilt when you want. But I don't know. I don't know how to fix him. My idea is not how do you fix the character, it's these are characters that could be changed up a bit. Yeah, they found a way to make him a little bit less of a polarizing zoner. Make him able to handle pressure up close more, or keep people from getting up close to him more. But make it so people don't get fucked if they're, like, fighting mid-range and they just can't deal with Lemons and Metal Blade. He'd be well designed. So he's a hard character to work with, because he's so close to being well designed. He's actually very close. So I guess it makes these couple changes, right? Like, yeah, no, you would just need a few changes, I think, and he'd be fine then. They just gotta be big changes. Alright, Meta Knight. Okay, Brawl Meta was broken, so we don't even talk about that. Smash 4 Meta Knight is the base they're working with pretty much. Smash 4 Meta Knight was a trash design. Dash tech the character. In this game, I don't know what he's supposed to be in this game, actually. Like, is he supposed to be dash tech the character still? Both more around the kit? Is he supposed to be more around using his specials like down B, fair and bear and down air, forward tilt? Is he supposed to be dash tech grab mix up? Is he supposed to be a combo? Oh, he's definitely supposed to be a combo character. But how much of him is supposed to be a combo character versus hit and run zoning character? He's definitely linear. It's like, is he supposed to be linear? Is he just a character that's too weak and needs buffs? Or would he be a character that if he got buffed would be too insane? I lean towards the fact that if he got buffed in his current state, he might be a bit too absurd. Like if his combo game was a little bit more versatile, he might be too absurd at comboing you, right? Or he might actually have an absurd enough combo game already. People just aren't good in it yet. But it doesn't matter because he can't get in well enough, you know? It's like... Because I don't know how he should be changed. I don't have an idea. Because I don't know what changing him would look like exactly. I really don't know what to think of him. And I lean towards... Oh, no problem, Stretch. I just don't know what to lean towards with him. Yeah, maybe an extra neutral tool. But at that point, if you give him an extra neutral tool, it's kind of redoing him, right? Like redesigning him. But he's definitely not like an awful design that needs to be redone. So I really don't know if I put him in well designed but not balanced. Because he's linear, but just a little bit too weak. If he needs a couple changes, because he needs a couple more tools in neutral to get openings to match his linearity. Or if he shouldn't be the way he is at all. With kind of relying on combos and dash attacks and being linear. And kind of needs to be adjusted a bit, but doesn't need to be redone. Yeah, I feel like I'm just not sure to think of him. Because I think he can go into any of these three categories. And I don't know which one fits him best. Yeah. Because I wouldn't say he's poorly designed either. But I wouldn't say there's a couple changes fix him. But I wouldn't say he's well designed. It's like his design's okay, but he needs a lot of changes. Yeah, I'll say here then. Yeah, that's fair. Mewtwo. He's so close. In fact, Mewtwo is such a good design in this game. It's just, he's too glass. Just make him smaller. Make him smaller. Make his tail smaller. Give him a little bit less like a Shadow Ball. I don't know. Like, legit, just it's only his attributes. His actual normals are sick. His character design is sick. The way everything flows, sick. Smash for Mewtwo was not the best design because he had too many buttons that were too good. In this game, they balanced those buttons, gave him other good buttons like jab. Side B is really useful now for different things than it was before. And like, he's actually, down B is very useful. He's actually such a well-designed character that flows so well. I love him in this game. But holy shit, are his attributes ass. He's actually so close to being good though. The way he is. Oh my god. Yeah, he goes here for sure. Alright. Guys, I'm gonna run another set of ads because it's been another hour-ish. And we'll keep going. And I need time to think about the Mii's anyway. So I'm running ads, getting some ice cream, and think about the freaking Mii's. 'Cause, oh my god, the Mii's gonna be an entire discussion for sure. So BRB. In like a couple minutes. Guys, I have a knife! I have a knife! I also have peanut butter. And crackers. Alright, so I thought about it. I think Meat Brawler is well designed, actually. I think people underrate him a bit, but whatever. I think even his balance isn't awful. I think people just don't look at him. But like Meat Brawler is actually kind of cool. He's an annoying brawler character. Fast, small, combo based. Pretty annoying, not much range. Not overwhelming. No, I think Meat Brawler is actually great. Keep in mind, just because these characters are well balanced doesn't mean well balanced. Doesn't mean they're like in the same tier, obviously. It just means I feel like nothing sticks out as like super bad or super good. I know it's a little bit hard to explain. But like I don't look at Meat Brawler and go, this is stupid. Actually, I guess a lot of his moves are a bit too weak. Honestly, he just needs better... Some of his specials are a bit too weak. Because I think every character for the Miis, all the Miis should have all their specials be at least usable. But like, there's clear moves you use, like down B, and clear moves you don't use. Or like the zero suit down B. And clear moves you don't use. Like every other down B that isn't zero suit down B. But he's well designed. Same with Gunner. Gunner needs some buffs and some moves. I think she is better designed in terms of balance, but she's still a bit weak. But honestly, they're both well-designed characters. I really like Gunner's Fair. I think it's a really fun, cool move. And then Mii Sword Fighter is atrocious. Redo it. Like, honestly, redo Mii Sword Fighter. Yeah, well, Gunner Online is annoying, but whatever. I think it's more of an online issue than a Mii Gunner issue. I could see maybe it's an issue offline as well. But anyway. And then Mii Swordy's just bad design. There's no way to defend that. There's no way I can defend this character. I'm so worked up at this character. Mii Swordy is a zoner. Like a projectile zoner. I'm fine with that being... I'm fine with a Swordy being a projectile zoner. That's fine. What I'm not fine with is Mii Sword Fighter. Sword Fighter. Not Mii Sword Zoner. Mii Sword Shooter. Mii Sword Fighter, the projectile zoner character that barely uses his sword when played optimally, and legit invalidates some projectile characters with his reflector down B. Like, why are most of his specials not even sword moves? Like, the only moves I feel like sword moves are his up Bs. Why does he have like projectile side Bs and then like a burst range side B? Why does he have a counter and a reflector, and I forget what his third down B is. Why are his actual like normals like so imbalanced with each other? Some are absurd, some are weak. I don't know what the flow of his kit's supposed to be. Like, obviously he's supposed to keep you away. But then why does he have some moves that feel like... Actually, nah, I think his normals are just poorly balanced, honestly. Some are really good, some are really shitty. Some don't work like down air. And then some are like up air where it kills you absurdly early, and it's like... Why does it work like that? And I don't know, I feel like as a whole his design's all over the place. Yeah, he needs to be redone. He needs to actually have sword specials for his specials. Make him a sword fighter, not a sword zoner, please. Game & Watch. I gotta think about this one, actually. My initial thought is the design isn't bad, but the balance is awful. Let me think about this. Because, like, this is the thing. Up B is way too broken, right? Up B is way too broken. But I'm fine with having a really fast, very short range out of shield option. Okay, first, keep in mind, he is extremely light character. He is absolutely fragile, right? So he is a glass cannon. So keep that in mind. He has to have better normals than average, and better attributes in some places than average, for the fact that he's extremely light. The problem is up B is too good. It gives him too many combos, and you shouldn't get combos off of that. Like, he doesn't need a combo starter that's that absurd, when his combos with up airs and theirs are also that absurd. Like he just does not need his up air and general juggle and combo game to be as ridiculous as it is. And be killed. Nah, Game Watcher Smash 4 was just bad. He was just grab the character. And they also has an absurd dash grab that's a bit too absurd, considering how small he is. And I like the idea that he has a really good dash grab, and he's small and he has a good up B shield. Because he has extremely good defensive options. Can't hit a shield, but it's easy to whip versus him. I dislike, though, how it's so easy for him to grab you, despite that, meaning it's hard to press buttons versus him. And you're so punished if you press the button versus him and you get grabbed, or you get up B'd. And then he also has up smash, which is unchallengeable, obviously, which is fine. But then it also is a pressure move, so you don't want to challenge his up smash. But also if it hits your block, you actually are under his pressure now. And like that gives him a bit too much of an offensive pressure and defensive pressure. So it's like it's hard to press buttons versus him. And then he has a bucket to reflect projectiles and absorb them. And then he also has back air to challenge your attacks. So it ends up being very hard to press buttons versus him, and his dash attack's absurd. And I'm totally fine with the idea that you don't want to press buttons versus him and you get punished if you're doing his poor. So you have to really think about your buttons and press them well. And I like that because I like the fact that he is fair and bacon. Fair like kind of makes you punished for not pressing enough buttons because he has to pressure you. Same with Nair. So I really like that. I also really like... I dislike Bacon. I think Bacon is a really poor move because it kind of blood traps for free. And it gives him too much reward. I dislike his smashes in general being really busted at what they do. Because you both can't press buttons versus smashes. But if you respect them too much, you get to both spam them for free. So it's really hard to deal with his smashes. And it's like... And then finally, down air is way too big. You can't press buttons for down air from the below, so you have to go to the side. But he's really fast. And like, as a result, it's like, I actually love the theory craft of the kit. I think all this stuff in theory is fine. Because it creates a very, very specific game plan of you have to know what buttons to press and when. And you have to know when to respect him by reading him. And know when he's going to play disrespectful. With like slower smashes or like fair and things like that. And know when to press those buttons versus him. And because he's so light, he can't trade well. And a few hits will kill him. Because he's so damn light. The problem is, his balance is out the fucking roof. It just, everything about his balance is way too lopsided. Up B, way too good what he does. Combos, way too good what he does. Jelly hitting you is way too good. Up smash pressure, too good. Bacon, too good. I dislike Bacon. Yes, I said I dislike his Bacon. B-Mums because he's so good at character design. Just turn around isn't good for him. Shit, man. But check out Vaz if you want to see. Back to Game Watch though. So like, he actually has a really, he has a clear-cut character design that is functional, and it has counterplay on paper, and it actually be very fun to fight against because it's very cerebral. It's just, they gave him too much cannon for his glass. He's too safe. Up B is too safe to spam. His recovery is too hard to touch. His landing game is too hard to deal with for a lot of characters. And they just need to touch some of his stuff. The amount of fucking people coming here asking about Falcon's turnaround is so fucking annoying. Holy crap. You guys need to stop it. Holy shit. I get it. Falcon's turnaround is bad. Oh my god. Yeah, character's fucking unredeemable then. Just remove from the game. Yeah, no. Fuck it, Falcon. Bad turnaround. Dump this character, redo him. Literally garbage design. Everything about this character design, garbage because of his turnaround. Holy fucking shit, guys. Chill. We get it. Falcon's turnaround is bad. Will this make you happy? What design but not balanced? We'll have a couple changes. We'll make the Falcon guys stop as my Falcon. Poorly designed because of his turnaround? Here, fine. To shut everyone up, he's well designed but not balanced. Never ask me for anything again. You know, I hear Bug Fable is very similar to Captain Falcon's turnaround. You should check it out. But yeah, some follow-up in game much here. His strengths are just a bit too over strong. And his weaknesses aren't strong enough. Like, his lack of range isn't exploitable enough because of his defensive options being way too good. His lightness isn't exploitable enough because he's too hard to hit. And too hard to punish for doing things. More so hard to punish for doing things. So just slight toning down on that. And honestly, you can buff his tilt slightly as a result if you nerf his smashes. And all his dumb stuff. Like, just make his tilts a bit better at what they do. And he's perfect. I think he's actually so close to being perfect. And honestly, if you nerfed all of his stuff a little bit, he would still be a top tier character, I think. Because I think when you fight top tiers with Game Watch, like Zero Suit or Palu, it's fine. It's just him versus, like, not top tiers. Like, heavyweights. Characters with very little range. Basic characters can't deal with up B or punish smash attacks well enough. Those are the characters that aren't top tier, and those are the characters that get dumpstered by him. So yeah, that's it. Alright, Ness. Fucking Ness! It's not he's broken or anything, that's fine. It's that no one wants to fight him. What's wrong with Dedede? There's VODs, you can check him out per an ultimate. But basically Dedede is just a mess of a character. He has really good attributes and they gave him really bad moves to compensate, and he just doesn't feel like a functional character as a result. But yeah. Alright guys, remember there's VODs. You want to check out? It is alphabetically ordered VOD for this. You want to see any character. But yeah, so I don't... How do I feel? I love double jump cancels with Ness. I think double jump cancels with him are cool. I think down B stuff is cool with him. I really like the idea that he is a character that uses his zoning. He zones out with PK fires, and his air movement gives him a lot of options with PK fire. He can do it on the ground, he can do it up close, he can do it afar. Because of his air movement being really, really nice and fluid, he has a lot of stuff he can do with PK fire positioning that's really fun to play with. And even against it'd be fun to play against PK fire stuff if it wasn't so damn rewarding. But he gets so much reward off PK fire that like spamming it's a viable strategy, and that's kind of lame. And it's just not fun to deal with. And I don't think this is one of those things where you nerf the combo ability of PK fire. I feel like it's one of those things where PK fire just shouldn't be giving him combos in the first place. And then otherwise, I think he's honestly a decent design. But I dislike having PK fire as such an absurd mobility thing, while also having really good combo tools with his grab at low percents, drag down, up air, fair, and having extremely good CQC, having down tilt, and I also just hate down smash being an auto like edge guard. Like a lot of times when you fight Ness, some characters actually have no answers to down smash to the ledge. They can't get on a stage from low, but they can't go high because back air and fair and everything else. Like this, he basically just wins against certain characters off stage too easily. So that's really bad. PK Fire shouldn't be as rewarding as it is in combination with the rest of his kit. Like, it leads into his kit too well. Otherwise, I like him. I like how he's a small, really annoying mobile character who zones you out and uses his zoning to either put an offense on you or make you get past the zoning and then use his amazing frame data to put a really good counter like defense on you. And I think it's actually really cool. And nothing else feels out of place is stupid. Neutral B is obviously a gimmicky move, but whatever. It actually has use in this game, which is cool. They found a way to make Neutral B useful, which is really interesting. And yeah, otherwise I think his design is awesome. It's like, even offline though, it's just not fun to deal with PK Fire spam. It's not fun. There's counterplay against it, but the risk reward always feels annoying to deal with counterplay. So the best way to fight Ness ends up being not interacting with him a lot, because he lacks range. And just throwing him off stage and killing him. And it can just be toned down in that area. Down smash can be removed completely. And it can be toned up maybe in his grab game again. Honestly. Like, honestly, I like Smash 4 Pac-Man. The main issue with Smash 4 Pac-Man is he didn't have recovery mix-ups. And ultimately giving... Not Pac-Man. When I say Pac-Man, Ness, holy shit. I hate Smash 4 Pac-Man. Shut up. You never heard that, guys. Like, I like Smash 4 Ness. And I think in this game, the air dodge changes, along with general mobility changes, were perfect for him. And they could have just done that, and he would have been a perfect character in this game. A couple changes. Better design than Smash 4. Alright, fuck Pac-Man. No, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. Fuck Pac-Man. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. Garbage. Absolute terrible design. Trash design. Undefensible. I'm sorry, Pac players, but I hate your character. I hear Pac-Man. Pac-Man is super unique. He's got knife buff changes from Smash 4 that actually make him viable and choosable. And he has ability to flex 1A matchup, which doesn't exist. With that being said, he has ability to do everything which is a bit OP. See, his possession is well designed but not balanced. No. The problem with Pac-Man is he's not interactive. I always keep saying this, being defensive, running away is fine. That's a playstyle. But it's not okay when you cross the line from being defensive versus your character's uninteractive, or the best way to fight your character is not interacting. And I really hate fighting Pac-Man because you drop a Hydrant, right? Am I one of like the 7 characters that can deal with Hydrant easily? Shouts to Rosa. Cool. In that case, your character just loses to me because I just go, hey, you hydrated? Down B! And I just run up to you and nair up air and do whatever I want. Because you're in the air and you hydrated and it has no answer to me. Oh, you have projectiles? Down B! Or a reflector. Your projectiles do nothing now. Oh, to have a massive sword? Swing this massive sword at you. Like, Hydrant's too much of a game changer for every matchup. And I know he has counterplay to people dealing with Hydrant. I know that. I'm not saying he doesn't. But then look at a character who has no answer to Hydrant. I'm Ganondorf. I'm gonna run at Hydrant. I got pushed back. I'm gonna keep running, but I keep getting pushed back. Ah, you're charging your fruit. No, you have a fucking Galaga. I'm still running past to the Hydrant. Now I'm blocked by the Hydrant. Let me try jumping over. I got fared. I got Galaga. And the problem is, I'm just using Ganondorf as an example of like, even if you take those answers, it's what it feels like fighting him. It feels like you're just chasing him down, and you have to deal with Hydrant before you even do anything else against him, and it's not fun. And then there's some characters that can't do it, or even if they can, it's very obnoxious. Like if you find a good Pac-Man, right, and you dash check the Hydrant, the Pac-Man just did throw the thing at you, grab you, whatever. You got hit. Now it's time to play the same game again where he drops Hydrant, and you play the same exact mix-up. So, it's like Hydrant is just so annoying to deal with. Alright, see ya, Pran Ultimate. Have a good one. Like, it's boring, yeah. Comment Pac-Man design. Nope, I refuse the joke, sir. Stop. But yeah, so like, Pac-Man's design is just so And it's good to have a character that's easy. Easy characters are fine to have. But they shouldn't be so easy and at the same time so powerful. Like, I'd actually be fine with her being this powerful if she was hard to play, and I'd be fine with her being this easy to play if she was just worse as a character as a whole. Yeah, I feel like with Bowser, there's a lot more of like a learning curve with him to get decent. Whereas Palu, like, dude, okay, this is my problem with Palu, right? Or one of the problems. I have literally gotten better with Palu after not playing her for 3 months because my fundies got better. Which obviously I'm a top player, so it's a bit of a weird thing for me. But like, I feel like I shouldn't get better with a character despite not playing them because my fundies get better. To the extent that I literally get better with her by not playing her. And it's been a consistent thing for me. This is King of Fighters music. So yeah, I feel like she just needs some changes that make it so she does not rely so much on her back air dash attack in there for like most of her neutral. That, or give her some more versatility in those moves, but less absurd power in how good they are at what they do. Because honestly, that's my only issue with her. Is that she's too easy to play. Otherwise, I think she's fine. Like, if we were in some other universe where for some reason people had trouble playing Palutena, but she had the same exact kit she does now, I think she'd be a well-designed character then. But obviously we're not in that universe, where for some reason people have difficulty playing her. So yeah. Maybe just a couple changes to fix it. I don't know exactly what. But otherwise, he's actually balanced well. Alright, Pichu. I actually love Pichu's design. I think his design is phenomenal. He is a phenomenal character, in my opinion. He's just a little bit too weak. He was too strong when Ultimate came out, and now he's too weak. He legit just needs to do less damage to himself when he attacks. Like, not as little as pre-patch, but not as much as now, and he'd be perfect. See, I actually think this design's great. I don't have anything else to say. And then Pikachu? Honestly, the same thing. I dislike how he can play pretty lame with T-Jolts, but his lack of good airspeed is like good enough balance. He's also lightweight. His combo game is a little bit too strong, but he's a combo character. Like, he's legit. Honestly, just remove some like nair loops and like back air like zero deaths off stage, and he's really well done. Cause like in every other Smash game, he's good. I think Pancake is fine. I think Pancake is annoying, but it's fine because there's generally counterplay to it. Some characters can't deal with it, but most characters can deal with his pancaking stuff. You just gotta think about how to fight him differently. You don't really block his stuff, you outspace his stuff generally. Yeah, dude, Pikachu's well designed. He's really, he's a bit too strong. But I honestly think they have nailed a good design for a character with Pikachu. Like, up B is a little bit too rewarding sometimes, but you can punish that. Nair loops are just stupid. Back air loops off stage is stupid. Grab game's fine. Lack of range is great. T-Jolt's a little bit dumb, but there's counterplay to it because he's so slow in the air. And when he's in the air, he's surprisingly kind of a bigger body than you expect. Because when he does like his attacks, he kind of like stretches a lot and extends. He has very curl up into a ball. Like, Pichu actually curls up into a ball, so when he's in the air, he's extra small. Pikachu doesn't have that. It's just Pancake's a little bit annoying. Lance really cool. What's up, Big Reno? Thanks for Bitsuit. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, what type of plant. And he really just needs better mid-range tools. Like, his ledge trapping's a little bit too dumb. I think he's a fun character, though, to play as and against. I like how, like... I like how fighting him, I know that I'm going to have to... That we're going to play a very interesting long-range game because of his neutral B. And there's a lot of fun play dealing with his neutral B and his down B. A lot of reads, a lot of player habits, a lot of conditioning. It feels like a very mental game when I fight Piranha Plant. Even when he's recovering with his up B, same thing. I feel like everything he does is a very cerebral game going on. The only thing I dislike about fighting Piranha Plant is I know when I get close to Piranha Plant, I get to pressure him really easily. And I don't think you can just like buff his down tilt or his jab to fix that. I feel like they just need to rethink something in his kit to give him like kind of a way to stop someone just running at him and putting a lot of pressure from like mid-range. Or maybe just like buff his fair. Like, the thing about Patui is I don't think it's too over-centralizing. I think it's very close. But I think because Patui is a very versatile move similar to like Ike Nair or like Fox Nair, where it's really good, but not quite broken in one way. It's just versatile. It's not like Palutena back here where you just use it one way and it's broken. It's like you actually have to really think about your opponent and how to outplay them using your Patui. It's just he really needs a couple more key moves in his kit and he'd be solid. Plant forward is almost good for boxing. Honestly, they could just buff his forward air. But now they have to like give it like more utility somehow. He just needs a little bit more utility on some things up close to mid-range. And I think he'd be good, yeah. Advantage state's solid, but also disadvantage is exploitable but not too bad. It's cool. I just like him. Belmonts, yeah, I mean... I think Belmonts are fixable, actually. I think they're poorly designed. But, like... I don't look at Belmonts and go, this is... Just redo the character completely. I go with Belmonts and go, alright. They're so close to being great. Like, honestly, when I think of the exact issues with them, it's sort of like Mega Man, where they just have very, very, very polarizing matchups, except they're even more polarizing than Mega Man. And that's because, like, auto ledge trapping with Holy Water is sometimes too good, but then some characters just can't pass his walling easily. It's like if I think they just kind of changed some of his aerials from long-range whip strikes, and same with his attack. I think like they changed some of his attacks from long-range whip strikes, like up smash, up air, maybe even forward tilt, and made them into like more standard normals, and made Holy Water a little bit less of a auto ledge trap, and focus a bit more on maybe cross usage or something. I don't know. Yeah, like, I agree, Rising. A lot of the buttons are underwhelming, but I think it's also because there isn't much synergy with the buttons, right? It's like forward tilt is really good, and then what synergizes with forward tilt? Dash grab, I guess? It's like if they had like an up tilt that hit like more like diagonally, that'd be nice. If they had like an up air that actually hit above them, like in an arc instead of just directly above them, so you could deal with people jumping at them, that'd be nice. If Holy Water didn't just decimate big characters at the ledge, that'd be good. Because I actually love the way they angle their forward air and back air. And I like how like their nair works. I also love their down air. I think the down air is a really interesting move, which is really cool to play with. So like they were very close with the character. I do think forward tilt's a bad move design though, because the way the move works is just some characters have to approach on the ground, and some characters just aren't fast enough or long enough range on the ground to do that. Like, I feel like forward tilt needs to be removed, honestly, but that's fine because he has forward air and back air for like that long range zoning anyway. Yeah, slants is an issue too. Yeah, I agree. But they're fixable. They're not like a lost cause. They just have a lot of issues. But they are absolutely fixable. If they just didn't lean so much into like spamming forward tilt and Holy Word at the ledge. But like, it's not even a couple changes, because if they get rid of like the forward tilt or rework it, they'd have to fix other parts of his kit. Alright, next up, Ridley. Ridley's great, actually. I think Ridley's design is cool. It's a little bit boring, considering he's like Ridley, a badass space pirate. I feel like he could use more flair. But like, yeah, just attributes, right? He's legit just a character who needs to be a little bit heavier, a little bit smaller, a little bit just better. Like, I actually think if they just took Ridley right now and they just buffed Ridley completely, like, right now, not crazy buffs, there's small little buffs everywhere. No, but to certain things like his weight, maybe his size, some with his wings, give a couple moves some buffs. I made his up B ledge stalling not stupid, because up B ledge stalling is really funny, but awful. I think he'd be like perfectly designed. But like, I love what they do with Ridley in this game. Rob. Alright, you guys are gonna flame me for this. I know for a fact. Wait, no one's flaming me? Cool. I'm just surprised. Like I was expecting to get flamed for saying Rob's design is good, but it's not balanced. No, Rob can't actually just win the game by camping you with lasers and gyros generally. Like, he can versus some characters, but he's a zoner that needs to box. And honestly, that's fine. That's well balanced. The only issues with him is Side B. Side B, especially in conjunction with his gyro combos. But if his Side B didn't kill you, I actually love how Side B is a kill move now. And I love how it like does a lot of things, but it's high risk. If his Side B wasn't so overtuned, and his gyro combos with Side B enders weren't so powerful, he'd be perfect. I'm actually fine with how fast his down tilt is and how busted it is. Like, maybe it's a little bit too strong. Like, I'm fine with his forward being really fast and giving him some follow-ups. Because they're low range, no disjoint. They're unsafe on hit at low percents, actually. It's like a low percent he kind of is forced to play Nair and projectile game and grab. Which means you know he's going to do it low percents. And he doesn't get scared at higher percents. But then he gets you with gyro combos and you die. Where you get Side B at 70 at the ledge and you die, and it's stupid. Like, all he has to do is have a weaker Side B. Maybe downside needs to be like a frame or two worse. And maybe, quite maybe, Nair could be a little bit smaller. But honestly, it's just Side B. It's just Side B is not fun to fight against. I don't feel like I got played my fight Rob. And they do a Side B, and I didn't read the exact position of their Side B. No, actually, up air is consistent counterplay. When Rob up airs you, his aerial drift is bad, right? So if he jumps straight up, he can't drift to the side. So you know you're going to be set one way versus him. And if he jumps forward with his up air, once again, his aerial drift sucks. So that means you know you're probably going to be crossed up by him. So you DI behind him for the up air. There are ambiguous times where it's like he jumps at you, or like right below you, and like you're right in the middle of him. So it's kind of hard to tell. Even the slightest drift's going to help him out. But a lot of times with proper DI and his combo starters and up air, he has to commit to a drift, and you can react to that and DI properly. Yeah, no, he's actually a really well designed character. I think he's one of the best designed characters in Smash in this game. I think he just Side B is really bad combined with gyro stuff. That's it. Alright. I really like Robin's design too. But I do think that a couple changes need to be made. I don't like Levin's sword. I like the idea of having powerful normals with limited uses in theory. But in practice, I think Levin's sword is unnecessary. I think if we had more consistent normals, no Levin sword, just a regular strong sword, would be cool. I love the idea of his specials being really powerful, but having limited uses because they recharge. It's not like Banjo where it's just, oh, you have 5 of them per stock, but they're busted. These are just above average specials on a spellcaster. And you can use the books as items. And like, honestly, if they did that, I think Robin's pretty solid. Like, he's a zoner, but he's not like really good at zoning out. He's just kind of annoying. He's clearly a well thought out zoner who covers certain angles, has certain blind spots, has counterplay to blind spots. Lacks mobility though, so he has to kind of be playing smart to not get caught in those blind spots getting pressured. But he also has lots of reward off good reads with Psy B and Levin sword stuff, I guess. Honestly, the more I think about it, he might just be a well-designed character. Nah, I do feel like Levin's sword is a bit too much of an overloaded weakness, though. Like, I don't like Levin aerials. I don't like dying at 70 from massive fast sword aerials until he spams them, has none of them left. And then he's running away, throwing projectiles and his books and stuff until he has Levin sword again. That isn't fun to me. It's just frustrating. Everything else is cool. But whenever I'm playing, I'm just like, okay, 11 sword's gone, now I can play the game. Oh, it's back, I don't play the game. Oh, it's gone, I get to play the game. Oh, cool, it's TMB, let's go. Glad to hear that. Yeah, honestly, just Levin sword as a mechanic, not great. Everything else, though, perfectly designed character. So yeah, that's it. Next up, Rosa. I may be a little bit biased. Oh wait, no, I put Alpha as poorly designed but fixable. I'm not biased. I think Rosa's an amazing design. Like, it's Smash 4 her design was shit. I never defend that. You would never find me in VOD saying her design is shit. I mean, her design is good. You will see me saying she was balanced compared to Bayo and Cloud. That's it. I think her level of balance is fair. I think the way Luma works in this game is really nice. Because it's killable enough that you can consistently outplay her and you get rewarded for it. But it's not so easy to kill that the Rosa has nothing to do. The last patch helped a lot. The last patch to make Luma harder to kill when you're shielding and stuff was all she needed, because now I feel like as a Rosa player, I don't get punished for blocking things unless my shield's very low. I feel like I have openings to blow people up. I feel like my character has very clear strong points and weak points depending on when Luma's around. But I feel like that is up to me outplaying my opponent to have those strong points up a lot. And if I get outplayed, I'm going to be mostly weak because I'm going to lose Luma a lot. Like, she's really cool. She's a very mobile character, but she is also very big, so she can't, like, move around people and avoid attacks. She's very strong in advantage state, but also very exploitable in her disadvantage. But there is clear counterplay on both sides for those situations. She has lots of cool tech, so she's very hard to play, and very fun to learn stuff with as a result. And she's like the perfect character when where I get super in depth. Oh, cool, Cos King. Wait, how do you join the Discord if you're not a sub? Whatever. But yeah. I think Rosa is a well-designed character. Roy. Oh, Roy's design is phenomenal. Roy's design is absolutely phenomenal. I love it. I have not a single bad thing to say about Roy. Maybe Omri? I'm listening. Saibi's fine, because it only kills you up close. It's Limit Flash, except you have to get caught up close by it. He has some really... really, like, dumb stuff when he gets you up close. But he has to get up close, right? Tippers don't do that. And, like, everything about Chrom applies to Roy, except Roy is more of a CQC character as opposed to, like, a zoner with the sword. And, yeah, I feel like I'm just going to go on and on about why Roy is a great character design. And someone's going to be like, oh, but Saibi or Jab Bear. And the thing is, there's clear counterplay with DIing this for the most part. There's some sense where it doesn't work. And obviously if you get read by like a Saibi, you're going to die. But he still has to work for that read. Or put you in a bad spot. I think it's because he's very mobile. But his mobility is also kind of limited. Like he's fast. But he's committed with his mobility. So it kind of balances out his speed. And makes him as like a rush on character that's kind of get in with good reads. And I feel like he's what Falcon wants to be in this game. So he's just cool. Alright. Where'd I put me Gunner? Bye me Gunner. Chic. Phenomenal design. We're actually getting to like the blessed character designs right now. She's perfect. I don't have it. She's a little bit subpar, maybe, but like a lot of Sheik players think she's really good. So like a lot of Sheik players think she's good. I think she's really good. Actually, no, I'm gonna rephrase this thing. Well designed, but some moves or attributes are clearly unbalanced. I'm gonna rephrase this because I think I should clarify. Sheik doesn't have anything that's particularly too weak or too strong. She just seems well balanced and designed overall with all of her kit. But yeah, the reason I want to clarify this is because, for example, Mario could be here in terms of tier placing, but I feel like his grab game is a bit too overcompensated. But then someone like Duck Hunt's who's worse, but he's here. It's like, wait, why is Duck Hunt here, but he's worse than Mario? No. Change the color? Alright, I can do that. That should be easier to read, I think. But yeah, it's like, this is cool character design. Yeah, that way it's like, wait, why is Duck Hunt and Dark Samus here when they're worse than Mario? Because there's nothing about them really stand out as like, these things should be changed. Because they're clearly too good or bad. So yeah. Next up, Shulk. Oh, so guys, I'm gonna run ads real quick actually, because it's been another hour since last I've ads. Almost done with this though. Yeah, guys, ads, I'm gonna keep doing this. Almost get to the end. By the way, guys, just saying, if you like to shoot my support, feel free to sub or at least follow. All right. So Shulk. I think the entire art system is bad. Yeah, Ignition, there's a sub-Discord. Like, on paper, the art system is good, but in practice, I feel like because of the issue with arts, it's hard to balance him well. Like, okay, this is the thing. Attributes is one of the most powerful things in Smash, right? when I look at a character, like a new DLC character, the first thing I look at is their attributes. Nothing else. I look at other things later, but like literally the first thing is, what are the attributes? Speed, weight, size, jump height, acceleration, foxtrots, etc. And now when you have a character that changes their attributes around so well, weight, speed, jump height, overall damage output, overall kill power, combo ability, that has to be very carefully balanced. And honestly, fighting Shulk is just not fun at all. I don't think. Knowing he can just shield art a lot of combos from pretty much the entire cast is like bad. Like, yeah, that's not fun at all. Him jumping and avoiding a lot of characters being able to chase him because his jump height's too high is bad. Him going into speed art and being too fast to do anything versus, bad. You being at the ledge and him smash arting you killing at 50, it just feels unfair. Bust art, meaning you take absurd damage from everything, feels stupid because it feels like, why are you bothering with neutral if you can go bust art and do it all in one hit? Like, every single art makes you feel bad to fight against in a different way. And it doesn't feel like there's counterplay sometimes. Like, if I'm playing Olimar, he's jump arting, I have no counterplay to that while he's waiting to get his other arts back. If I'm Palu and I'm nairing, I still have winning matchup, but it feels stupid to know I have to stop my nairs because he just gets showed after I hit him. If I'm playing Rosa and he gets smash art and I die at 20, you know, he's at 100 because he won one neutral exchange. It's like, if I am playing Ganondorf and he's going to speed art and I know I literally cannot do anything really besides parry because he's too fast and has a sword. And keep on while he's doing all these things, because we don't want to fight him on his terms, or we can't, he's charging his other arts back. Combine that along with just massive sword that swings is hard to punish, which is fine by itself, but it's not fine with that. It ends up just feeling like a bad character to fight. So yeah. I'm not sure if this is fixable. I actually think Shulk is one of the worst character designs in Smash. Because I don't know how you fix it without making him bad like Smash 4. I'm sure there's some way, but I'm not sure if it's ever going to be fun to fight that, you know? It just... Maybe Ignition, they like made us have to like fight to get arts back. Like you have to build up by hitting people and taking damage. But even then... I feel like even if you did that, it would be... I don't know. Like, he's one of the more interesting characters, and I don't know if it's possible to fix that. Like, I don't know if there's any way to counter the fact that he goes jump art. Oh, this isn't fun for me anymore. Smash art might just die at 20. Alright. Next up. Snake. He's interesting because his grenades camp you out and either force you to approach him into his CQC game, or gives him an opening to approach you. Right? Like, when you deal with grenades, you know those grenades are going to set up him CQCing you. And that's really bullshit sometimes, because his CQC game is absurd. But that's because his CQC game is absurd between spot dodge, up tilt, pretend this is an up tilt, or or you're at 160, right? That's because they're so absurd. I actually love the idea though where he throws grenades and you can throw the grenades back at him, you can pop the grenades in his face, he can have 2 grenades at a time, you can extend the time with something like Rosa's gravity pull, you can catch him and toss him back immediately if you're doing attack cancel tech. You can always catch a grenade and run from shield. You can use the grenades to combo if he grabs grenade shields, you throw him. You can always hit him from spots where grenades aren't going to blow up when you hit them. So, the grenades are really good, but there's so much counterplay that it's very frustrating to lose to him. but it's very fun to beat him. And honestly, that's cool. I think side B is really stupid. I have no defense of Nikita at all. Even if there's counterplay with most of the cast, it's still... Sometimes there's no counterplay and it feels stupid. And then up B, I don't think you should have armor during it. Yeah, I feel like if Nikita wasn't so dumb in some matchups, and up B didn't have armor, he'd actually be perfect as a character. Like, with a little bit overtuned moves with his normals. But the more I think about it, the more I'm okay with the character having overtuned moves with his normals when... That's how he gets his damage, right? Because he's not going to be able to zone a character like Rob. Or a character like Megaman or Megaman, etc. So he has to be able to CQC them. So while he's not going to out CQC a character like Fox, probably, or like Mario, he is going to be able to fight them on his terms if he can use his grenades properly, and lose if they get around the grenades properly. And if they combo him correctly, they can use his grenades against him. And if they're incorrect, they get punished. So it's a character that rewards good play and punishes out bad play. It's just he gets a bit too much freedom off of OP Super Armor. And Nikita, everything. But honestly, the more I think about it, yeah, part TikTok, but like, it's so unfair though, because the problem is, there's no counterplay to up Super Armor for some characters. If you're Shulk, there's no counterplay to that. And honestly, if that was just nerfed, he'd be perfect. Even the Nikita stuff is stupid, but I don't think it's stupid enough. In fact, even with the up Super Armor, I think he's a well-designed character. Because, like, most characters still have some sort of answer to it. Like, Shulk's one example of a character that really can't deal with it. But, like, most characters kind of have answers to it. Oh, the reason I put Marth here for someone asking is because tippers are too over-centralizing. Yeah. Oh, so screw Falcon players, I'm putting it back here. Actually, that's fine. Yeah. Sonic. Like, I'm just letting this sit in for a minute. Eating a cracker. Drinking some water. Alright, next one. Terry. Do I need to explain why, guys? Is auto turnaround and jab doing everything? Alright, let's talk about it. So, auto turnaround is an awful mechanic. Auto turnaround is the reason I put Ryu and Ken in just these couple changes instead of just unbalanced. And then jab plays the game for you. It reminds me of Palutena, where you can be a not great player, and jab plays the game for you. And you combine those two things together, and it feels like this, like, three-head character. Where you don't get to do a lot of things versus him, and he just kind of gets to mash, and he can be drunk and blind, and you'd probably still take a stock by just doing jab, jab, and reacting to the sounds of hitting the jabs with power dunk. He also has a head with comeback mechanic, and the problem is he can combo his mashing down tilt. He has auto turn around. You can do auto turn around down tilt pressure. If he hits your shield with one down tilt, it's a mix-up game. With Hochi, make it sure Brook if he has super meat, even without it, I think let me get my thoughts together. So when he hits your shield with a down tilt, right? Or even a jab is mix-up game. He can always jab and stop and do it again. He can always jab and finish it. Sometimes your shield gets poked from jab down B anyway. He can break shields. And then when he has super meter, it's even worse because he can do that stuff, but kill you even easier. So like, the problem is when jab takes his entire kit to that kind of level where it's like everything revolves around jab and auto turn around, and everything else feels like it supplements that, but they're such easy moves to use. It feels not fun to play with because it feels like you turn your brain off and you succeed, and fighting it really sucks because you feel like the littlest mistakes get punished really hard, and it's really easy to get punished for those mistakes. Combine that with parrying in this game, like he actually has one of the best parries in the game because parry 3-frame massive jab which leads into kills. It's lame. And then he reminds me of Smash 4 Cloud in that his main weakness is what? Edge guarding him? But if your character lacks good tools to edge guard him, right? Your spike isn't big enough to challenge his up B, or your character's just very slow, or you don't have a spike or whatever, and you just can't edge guard him, then it feels like he has no weaknesses. So as a result, you have to fight him like Luigi in a way where you just try to avoid interactions as much as possible. And as a result, the best way to fight Terry is to just completely run away from him as a result. It's kind of lame. Yeah, his leg's intangible on his up B, which is annoying. Like, I'm actually totally okay with the go meter. I think the go meter was a really cool idea. I actually love the go meter. At 100 plus, you get special moves, maybe 100 plus. And I'm totally okay with him being a heavyweight that has that. I'm just not okay with the fact that his only real weakness is his recovery, which is not even universally exploitable. And then everything else is like, he has obviously certain weaknesses, like no projectiles that good, lacking disjoints, but it doesn't feel like it makes up enough for it when he has just good burst options and jab and auto turnaround. So yeah, I think he can be redeemed though. The more I think about it, like this character can be fixed. Remove auto turnaround, make his kit less focused around jab. But like, there's a lot of fixing that needs to be done because his kit is entirely built around the jab. All right, Toonlink's great. I think Toonlink's just a great character design. I have nothing to say about him. He's a mobile zoner with pretty much fair stats overall, really good attributes. He's a little bit weak as a character, but there's no moves with him that's like, this move's really bad or this move's really good. It's just he's overall, eh. Like, he's actually a pretty successful character in Japan too, I believe. My only particular issue with him is that a lot of his attacks are not good on hit at low percents. But like, that's not one of those things where it's like this character doesn't function because Rise and Air is unsafe at low percents. And yeah, I think he's actually a really good character. Villager. I love his design. Villager goes in the same category for me, where he's a little bit weak as a whole, but his actual kit is so fun. It's fun to play with. It's fun to play against. It feels well thought out. And overall, it's a cool character design. I know people are about to say, but forward smash, bowling ball. But like, even with bowling ball, that's the only thing that's particularly dumb about him. That and maybe Pocket. The Pocket's a little more fair in this game. And even then, there's pretty good counterplay to bowling ball. Like, if you know he's gonna go for it, he can go for a high recovery. If he calls out, he can punish you by going for a high recovery punish. And keep in mind, bowling ball loses attacks. So something like, for example, Roy up B, will punch through the bowling ball, cancel it out. Combined with having, he has to time very precisely. It only covers a certain area, so that's not busted. I really like how he uses Fair and Bear to air you, and then uses his Lloyd and Grab game, along with Jab and Nair, and also Fair and Bear to kind of keep you from approaching on the ground. So it's a constant game of finding out how to approach him through the air and the ground, and looking through the little openings. Or he can pressure you as well with those moves, and make you in the defense, and put a lot of pressure that way, and then you have to kind of figure out a way to get him away from you or counter his attacks. He's small, so he's hard to hit, but he's kind of like above average weight, but not too heavy. His recovery is good, but if you call it where he's going to go, you can hit him when he's side being or up being. Tree is a very obviously strong move that is very easy to see coming, but still is useful despite that in certain situations, because Tree gives him Axe. Tree as itself can be good for like ledge trapping or covering certain options, controlling space. And he ends up being a very control space, play at his pace heavy character that clearly can do a bit of everything in that regard, but isn't quite over centralizing anywhere. And as a result, makes you have to really adapt on the fly to what kind of playstyle he's going for. I'm talking about offline play more so than online. Keep in mind, online play makes every character bad. If this is only online play, it would be every character poorly designed but fixable. Or, please dump this. Actually, the Kaya cast would just be, please dump this character and redo them online. This is assuming offline or at least good enough online play. Yeah, like, I think he's just a cool character, villager. Wario. We're getting to this part of the list, guys. We're getting to this part of the list. Wario's a horrible character design, probably. Waft is just one of the worst mechanics ever. Waft is an atrocious mechanic. But there's not only that, there's the fact that he's a heavyweight small character with top 3 air specs in the game, combining mobility, acceleration, fall speed, everything. And then you give him some of the best frame data in the game on aerials, and give him bike for extra mobility, and a aerial command grab. And they gave him everything. The problem with Wario is his kit has everything in it. But then he has all the stuff in spades. Like, what doesn't he have besides range? Which doesn't really need when he's so fast in the air, and so small, and his frame data is as absurd as it is. You can't camp him, but he can camp you really easily, because he has mobility to do it. Yo, thank you, Devinick, for the 2 months. Let's freaking go. Sub hype. But yeah, he doesn't have projectiles, but he has bite to eat projectiles. Heal off of them sometimes. And he's just so mobile, he can't use projectiles. Like, if you're playing like Toon Link, for example, against Wario, and he's jumping at you, you're not hitting him. That's it. I think Wario is actually a perfect example of why really good air movement has to be balanced extremely well. Because the moment a character has really good air movement, you're not able to use projectiles against them a lot of times in Ultimate. But also, whiffing attacks leaves you open to being punished very easily. Yoshi's gonna have this issue as well, but he's not as overloaded in his kit. Because so Wario has what is the best attributes in the game. Free. Right? Small, heavy, great air mobility, decent ground mobility actually. I believe his dash is actually pretty solid. And his overall run speed isn't that bad. He also has absurd jump height, of course. And he also is very small. And he has low-ish, like medium gravity, and about medium fall speed. So he's hard to combo despite being heavy. Actually, it's kind of low jump height. I didn't know that. But yeah, in spite of that, he also has slightly below average dash speed. So, like... Actually, let me look at the initial dashes, because that's more important. Yeah, he has slightly below average ground mobility. So they combine all together, and it's like the best specs in the game. Fish face, gotcha. So, yeah, I just think... I don't think it's like a poor design in terms of like... This kit's awful. I think it's a poor design that they gave him a bit too much of everything. And it feels like you can do a lot of things with him, and there's no one playstyle with him. But it all leads into Waft, which is one of the dumbest things ever. So, like, there's no real consistent counterplay. Like, he goes to a Wario matchup, and depending on the way that Wario plays, he can be pressure heavy, lame Wario. He can use a lot of chomps, a lot of not chomps. He ban a small stage like Smashville because they're going to be rushing you down and using their sub-frame data. You ban Kalos so you don't get timed out. And yeah. So honestly, it almost sounds like he'd be well designed. But Waft exists. Even without Waft, he'd still be... Then he wouldn't be a functional character. I like Waft as a concept. I think if it was like a minute-long charge instead of 2 minutes, and it was a lot weaker, it could be cool. It's just the entire kit leads back into Waft. There's a reason he was bad in other Smash games, because he needs to be really bad, otherwise he'd be busted. So yeah. Alright, Wii Fit Trainer. Honestly, it's because that he probably sees a couple changes, honestly. The more I think about it, the less awful that character design sounds. Nah, because he also has intangible arms. Anyway, so Wii Fit Trainer. Oh, Wii Fit Trainer. Just redo her, please. Please redo Wii Fit Trainer. There is no reason a character should be at their best at the ledge. Like, that breaks all the fundamental rules, not of Smash, but of fighting games. Like, there's no reason she should win by timing you out, healing herself, and going to the ledge in the corner. And if she's not in the corner, she's gonna lose. Like, I've seen, like, what's his name? Varun play, like, more aggressive Wii Fit, and it kind of works. And then I fight it and I shut it down because I know how to fight her, a character with no hitboxes at all. Who's kind of tall, and realizing you're making mistakes. Like, when you know how to fight Wii Fit Trainer, you realize she has to go to Legend Camp or she's garbage. And that is a bad character design. I think there's something there potentially with the soccer ball and Neutral B stuff and the deep breathing. I think there's something there as like a character who camps you out until she has deep breathing back. Kind of similar to Rosa with Luma. But I think the difference is they need to give her like really good normals and incentivize not camping the ledge. The reason Rosa's not incentivized to camp the ledge and stuff is because Luma comes back and then you lose Luma immediately. And her disadvantage sucks. Wii Fit Trainer, her disadvantage is pretty good at the ledge. In fact, it's really good at the ledge. So there's no reason not to go there. We should just exploit that. Alright, Wolf. Good design character. I think he's too simple. I think he's a little bit too simple of a character. And down smash is a little bit too strong. But honestly, as a whole, he's a good beginner character, right? Because he's not broken or anything, he's just really good. But he clearly struggles with some of the best characters in the game. So he's very, very well balanced for a top tier. Like, he's one of the best balanced top tiers in the game. He kind of shits on, like, not great characters. I'm a little biased though, because my character sends to him pretty hard, Rosa and Olimar. Actually, Rosa might not lose to him offline, but online definitely. But Olimar absolutely gets shit on. But even despite my bias, I can recognize he's just a really cool character. Because he's not pick up and play enough that like you can just spam one button and win like you can with Palutena. So you fight someone that's better than you still lose with Wolf. In fact, you will lose with Wolf if you fight someone better than you. But if you're better than your opponent, you should almost always win with Wolf, which is nice. So like he also rewards skill outside of down smash cheese. Yeah, smash attacks aren't that safe. Like tempered down smash is, close range isn't. Forward smash kind of is at max range, but up close not so much. Up smash isn't safe. A lot of his aerials aren't that safe, but they can be spaced well. The thing is, he also rewards skill because a lot of his things are safe when spaced well, and unsafe otherwise. And in a game where everyone spams things, and they're all basically safe, that's more than most characters in terms of fadness. Yeah. Next up, Yoshi. This character's annoying, but I think double jump armor is really stupid, but you can play around it. Like when I fight Yoshi, I hate him with double jump armor, right? I hate how much damage he does, but I don't feel like, yo, they can brand with the 4 months. Let's freaking go sub hype. Yo. So there's actually a big, like, if I said he's imbalanced, that'd be me being salty. What's up, Corey? But like, this is how I feel with the character, where it's like, outside of double jump armor being kind of stupid, what's wrong with him? I hate his mobility. His mobility is stupid. And in my head, I think you might be able to time someone out with his mobility. But then he's kind of an easy target in the air. He doesn't have like a broken like get out of jail free option when he's in the air jumping around. So he can't actually run away forever from you, even for a slow character like Olimar, I can chase him. He also doesn't have any mechanics that like wins through timer, right? He doesn't have like a charge shot or like a waft. So even playing lane with him, he puts himself in not great spots, and he doesn't get anything from playing lane. So that kind of negates his really absurd air mobility. His damage output is absurd, especially because he's kind of heavy, and he kills very well. However, a lot of his combos can be DI to reduce the damage taken. Double jump armor, he has to double jump for it, so you can clearly bait that out and punish. You can also just punch through it, and there are generally good ways to counterplay it. It just requires you knowing the matchup. He lacks disjoint and range. His hitboxes aren't too great outside of forward air. He's a bit linear when it comes to killing. He isn't the best at dealing with shields, so he has clear counterplay. Nair is really good, yes, but he lacks a shield option that's pretty good besides Nair, because everything else is kind of low range, right? Or just slow. With an awful grab. Down B is reactable. Maybe not so much online, but offline it is. He doesn't really have spammy smashes or anything. They're just pretty powerful to get him. Like, he's annoying for sure. Like, he's an annoying character, and I dislike how sometimes he can up B to ledge. It's pretty easy to, like, get to ledge with him. But also, I've been playing so much online that I'm just used to Yoshi to be able to do that, but offline he can't really do that much. And he still has counterplay to up B to ledge and grabbing it. You can just punch through the egg, you can jump over it, you can run at him. Like, he's one of those characters that's really annoying to fight, I think. But he's not annoying in that he feels unfair or anything, because he's annoying in that it's like, it's scary. And it's also like, if you make mistakes, you get punished for it. But it's also like, if you outplay the Yoshi player, he's kind of a noob slayer character, honestly. Actually, that's not fair to say. He's just solid. He's just a solid, annoying character that, really, what's there to dislike besides he's just annoying. He's Yoshi. Yeah, 7 ledge with down B is fine though. He has to be above ledge, and you can still hit him before he grabs ledge with down B. Like, whenever I think about this character, I'm like, everything he has is counterplayable. he doesn't really promote degen playstyles because he lacks resources to do that. And he actually gets punished for like burning double jumps. Especially because it's up B. Well, it's still good. It's not the best recovery without like a double jump to like mix up when he's get up B. Like if he's off stage and he has to up B or air dodge to ledge, there is like a 50% chance he should die there. Period. Down air is very annoying though, for sure. It's so much damage, but hey, it's not the worst thing. I think, however, he's particularly obnoxious online. Like, out of all the characters in this game, he is one of the most annoying characters online, easily. Guys, this is hard for me to say because I was going to put him in a couple changes initially. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, nah. Alright, next up, Young Link's amazing design. Young Link's design is so good. Happy Burns. I named things that are pretty strong with him, but nothing that's like, this is super broken. He doesn't have anything like Link Nair or Rob Saibi that makes me just absolutely hate the game and think it's unfair. But yeah, Young Link, I think everyone agrees with this. These tiers are not ordered within the tiers because how am I going to order which character is better designed between Bowser or Young Link? They're both great designs. Now, online arrow spamming Young Link is annoying as shit. But that's online play. But yeah, Young Link is one of the best designs in Ultimate. Free. Zelda. She needs a redo, I think. I don't know what to do with this character. I don't think there's anything for me to do with her. I'm just gonna put Isabel here. Just so I can delete this tier. The thing is, I love Zelda, but I don't know what to do with her in current state. Now, obviously, online is especially painful with her to like fight her again, but even offline, she's a character with really clearly awful matchups, and I don't think any buffs outside of completely re-kitting her is gonna fix her bad matchups. Like, you'd have to do some crazy things, like let her like hold phantom charges, put side B mines on the ground, cancel up B earlier or like at the ledge easier. You need to be able to like, yeah, mash buttons with mash buttons with her, space aerials more. Have a ground game with your tilts that isn't like really laggy. Like Cloud. Cloud matchup's impossible for her. Absolutely impossible. Like, she's very centralized on Knight, and she's clearly meant to be a pure zoner, but she's not good at it. That's also Cloud's design being pretty bad, to be fair. But, like, she's also just not fun to fight against. Playing her is fun in a sadistic kind of way. I'm like, hi, you gotta deal with Zelda now. Your day sucks, doesn't it, dude? But, like, it's not fun in, like, you're a satisfied type of way, you know? She doesn't feel like a proper character because she misses a lot of things characters in Ultimate need. I was actually going to put Isabel here. The more I think about Isabel, the more I think she's actually kind of okay, just needs buffs. Actually, nah, Fishing Rod exists. But yeah, she really just doesn't have the things most characters have in Smash. And she feels like she plays her own game in Smash. Which could be fine, because you have something like Megaman, which is fine, or even Snake, where it's fine. But not with her. Yes, Ivor. Noda Rob is not well designed, period. He's well designed, but something's clearly balanced. However, for me, it's Saibi is broken, not Nair. And finally, Zero Suit. I just don't like down B. I actually feel like down B is really dumb. And honestly, outside of down B, she's cool. Actually, outside of down B, she's cool. But like, if you actually just nerf down B to like not give it like such absurd mobility and intangibility, she'd be perfect. Like, I hate dealing with her, and I feel like she can play lame with timeouts, but I never see Zero Suit players actually go for it. So I can't say, oh yeah, she can just time you out when I never actually see that really be effective strategy. It's probably like Yoshi where it's like, it might be in theory, but then practice doesn't work like that. Oh, I'm not including net play. Net play Zero Suit's another thing. But yeah, like, if you just took Zero Suit's down B and made it not invincible or have less distance, she'd be perfectly designed. Like, what are the issues that she has as a character design? She's meant to be a hit-and-run mobile character who has kind of trouble, like, with normals and spacing with her, like, buttons. So she spaces through good mobility, bait and punish, and calling you out with grabs, and getting a hard reward off grabs with, like, back throw, down B cheese, throw through tech chase cheese, and generally just, like, pressuring you hard with nairs when she finds openings to either hit your shield and get pressure going, or flat hit you and get big combos. She can chase you really, really easily anywhere you go because her mobility is insane. But she has kind of precise hitboxes that if she misses, she can't really keep chasing anymore. Rising Fair is almost dumb, but most characters don't get hit by 2 hits of it. Only tall characters do. Down smash is pretty well balanced in this game, same with it should be. Up B is a little bit dumb, but that's more so because you have up B, down B, up B, which is silly. Although after the nerf to down B, it's not even a big deal anymore. Now it's really just down smash up B. So like up B is a little dumb, but it's fine overall. Out of short option can be very powerful, but very laggy if misses. Like honestly, she's a well-designed character. She has a game plan. She's very versatile. There's a lot of skill in playing her. There's a lot of skill in outplaying her. It's just down B plays the game for you. If you're like playing online or even offline. Like if legit down B didn't exist, I would have no qualms putting her as well designed. Exactly, Suspicious Egg. Like up B is really good. You have to hit someone and space is not that easy. Like honestly, yeah. This is my thoughts on all the character designs in Ultimate. The only one I'm not sure about is Isabel. But Fixture might be okay. Anything I disagree with here? Alright. Now that all the Falcon players are gone. Right? Honestly, I think I put Doc as pretty well designed. Yeah, no, he's pretty well designed. I don't think he needs to be here unbalanced. DK is clearly unbalanced because his attacks aren't safe and hit a lot of times. Incineroar is obviously just way too slow for his kit to work. I should say well designed outside of I'm trying to think of a better way to phrase this so it's not ambiguous. I'll be honest, Cyber, I just don't know where to put Isabel. But I don't have another category that says I don't know what to do. I know what to do. Lomac is a fun mini game character. character. Isabel. No. Here we go. Just try to think. Let's start from this. Outside of a couple big balance issues. Is that fair ambiguous? Because I know Twitter is about to grill me if I don't perfectly phrase this. So think of a perfect way to phrase this, right? Well designed outside a couple big balance issues. Well designed. Cheese stuff. Outside of cheese stuff. Cheese stuff or things not working. Because, for example, Bayonetta as a whole doesn't work. Dark Pit, a lot of stuff doesn't work. DK, tilts don't work. Link Nair, Marth Tippers, Mario Grab Mew. Mewtwo just massive. Mii Fighter. Half his specials aren't good. Sans half specials aren't good. Game Watch up B is too cheesy and Smash is too cheesy. Like, Dr. Mario and Cinnabar work. Because I think this clarifies it better. Whereas, like, this is where characters just are not functional in certain ways. Or have some really stupid cheese. Outside of cheese stuff, things not working. Or weird. Outside. Maybe just mostly well designed. Just say mostly well designed. That might just be a better way to say it. That one, I'm not even talking about balance. Because now that I have no indication of balance, it makes a lot more sense. Right? Yo, what's up, Tom Bugatti?
Just got here. What changes does Palu need?
She needs to be harder to play. She's too simple to play. Yeah, I don't know why mostly well designed is so tiny text now. Let's try this. There we go, that looks better. Vehicle, because now mostly well designed. Maybe a little issues like too much self-damage, Nair loops is stupid, too big, side B's dumb, up B, and then a couple changes. Well, it's kind of saying the same thing. The fact that it's lower kind of indicates more fundamental issues. Let's see, because this is poorly designed, but fixable. Completely redo this, just garbage design. Mostly well designed. Yeah, Squirrel's well designed. He's very low range, very small, not best mobility. Oh, mostly well designed in theory, but something wrong in practice. That's actually a good way to do it. Does that describe these? Bayo. Yeah, she's well designed, but she's just she doesn't work. Doesn't work. Doesn't really work. Nair. Tipper's too good. Kills you too easily. Too fragile. Lots of the specials just don't work. Overtune moves everywhere. Too much self-damage to be useful. Nair loops are kind of stupid. And generally too much combo game potential. Too big. Side B's stupid. Down B is unfair. Yeah, I think it actually makes most sense. And as long as you check out the VODs, they want to see the explanations. Yeah, put Falcon here just for Falcon players. Only for the Falcon players. You guys know I want to put him here and well designed, but for the Falcon players, we're putting him here. Say shut up. And a couple changes. These make sense. Alright, there we go. That looks good. Gameplay start by playing Alpha is poorly designed. That's true though. Alright, there we go. That's it, guys. We're done. What about Greninja? He's here. Alright guys, if you wanna understand why I put these things in where I put them, please, there's a VOD where we go through these characters alphabetically. So I will not answer any questions at all. Literally 0 questions. None. Also, guys, if you want to support the stream, saying you can follow, even sub, I appreciate it. Alright. I'm going to run ads, and I'm going to play Bug Fables for a bit now. So if you guys want to see Smash, hell no! We're done with Smash. This is my Smash for today. This is more interesting than playing Smash anyway, right? So guys, let me run the ads, switch games, all that stuff. And post this on Twitter. To see people be angry. Just gonna post this on Twitter. NCP will be like, what the hell, Dabuz? I hate your opinions. I can be like, yeah, I don't care. Just be like, I really don't care. I have so many notifications on Discord right now. Why? Oh no, the Twitter's gonna be hilarious. I already expect the Twitter to be absolutely hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just totally expecting Twitter to be